Hey, how's everybody doing? What's going on? What's happening? What's popping, man? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's feeling well. So welcome in. And the Falcons, we go up there to East Rutherford, New Jersey, and we beat up on the New York Jets today. So we're gonna talk about that. Thank you for everybody who's here. Thank you for everybody who will be coming in later. Uh Definitely do appreciate it. So we're going to talk about this game that we had earlier today. Of course, I'm going to be your host. My name is Toddy. And once again, welcome in. Welcome in. Let's start and let's actually get the commercials out of the way first. So everybody who's already hit the like button, let me first off thank you for doing that. And everybody who's watching right now on YouTube and also Facebook, please make sure that you do smash that like button. As I always say, that's the easiest way to show me any kind of love, any kind of gratitude, any kind of appreciation. Specifically on YouTube and specifically on Facebook, because that once you hit the like button for me or for us content creators, that lets YouTube know that hey, Toddy is on live on the Atlanta Bird Gang channel. That lets YouTube know that I'm on live. That also lets Mark Zuckerberg know on Facebook, hey, Toddy's on live. So once again, please hit that like button for me, y'all. It's definitely very important and definitely critical for content creators. And I know people that's watching you get tired of people saying hit the like button, but we definitely say it for a reason, because it definitely helps get the videos out there. So with the commercials out of the way, let's go ahead and get the show on the road. Let's do our shout outs real quick. Shout out to my guy Winston. Says what's going on, Bucket Jacks. Yes, just like Winston say, smash the like button. He knows the importance of hitting that like button. And also make sure to check out Winston at the Eye Test right here on YouTube. Him and his tag team partner John Harris. Please do me a solid, do me a favor, do your dog a favor. If you got love for me, make sure to give them some love and make sure that you do subscribe to their YouTube channel. I definitely would appreciate it. Thank you in advance. I got my guy C Dub is in the building. What's happening with C Dub? C Dub says a winner's a win, but damn, that was ugly to the 10th degree. Coach Art needs to remember the basics, Lord. yeah, we're gonna definitely dig deep into that. Also, C Dub, you're right. You're absolutely right, C Dub. A win is definitely a win, but man, that left some to be desired based on that win today. And that's kind of C Dub. That's kind of why I titled the video what I titled it. Hey, we won, but Atlanta Falcons fans are really not, satisfied. Or I hate putting blanket statements on people. Some Falcon fans are not fully satisfied, so let me clarify that and correct myself. Some Falcon fans left with a little sour taste in their mouth, and watching the game, it was like, but yeah, we're gonna dig deep into that too. C Dub, we got the coach's corner in the building. Coach Davis, how you doing, man? And also, y'all make sure to follow Coach Davis here on YouTube also as well. He's about to launch his YouTube channel, I think, very, very soon. So click on his profile, or whenever he's ready, he'll probably start putting a link in the comment. But either way, go ahead and run up the comments, run up the likes, and run up the subs, and that way you don't miss out on his content when the show gets crunk up. He says, "What's up, Toddy, man? I have so much to say after watching much film. And this game confirmed it. I absolutely go with what I said weeks ago. Our defensive coordinator is not it, and above average quarterback is going to expose it." That's coach. There's one thing we've been real fortunate about this year is our schedule did not put a lot of above average, good, great quarterbacks on our schedule, and we have been able to take advantage of that, and that's what you're supposed to do when that opportunity does present itself to you, is to take advantage of it. But you make a very valid point. Once that the schedule has more of a gauntlet on it, can the Falcons respond? Will the Falcons be able to respond? And if we do make the playoffs, which I think we will, if the Falcons don't Falcon, we'll see. Because once you get in the playoffs, you playing the best the NFL has to offer. So let's see who else checking in. Just a second here. Make sure I don't miss nobody. C-Dubs, tied of year, right? We're going to talk about that. I was so aggravated watching this offense and even the defense. I'm looking forward to hearing to you. Yeah, we're going to digest the C-Dub. We definitely going to digest it, man, and dissect it and make sure that we put everything out there. C-Dub says, let it get the stage for tied of year. Yeah, I'm on a little bit earlier than I normally would be. I normally come on right around 11:30, but I came on a little bit earlier tonight here. So, yeah, just a little bit early tonight. Still the late night show, though. Still the late night show. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all know how we get down. T-Dub in the building. What's happening with T-Dub? What's up, tired of ugly win, but the defense stood on business. Shout out to King for standing on business. Yeah, we stood on business on defense earlier today. You're absolutely right about that, man. And again, shout out to King standing on business. Oh, man. Miss Lisa, check it in. How you feeling, Lisa? How's it going? So she check it in. Appreciate you coming through, Lisa. Thank you very much. Hope all is well for you this evening or tonight, I guess I should say. It's no longer evening time, I don't think. Marlon Cozy in the building. What's happening with you, Marlon? How you doing? Says, yes, sir. What's up, Atlanta Bird Gang and my ATL's family? We got the win. Wasn't sexy, but I'll take it with the division lead. Yeah. And we said that earlier, Marlon. Hey, like C-Dub said, a win is a win. You're going to take all the wins that you can get. It definitely went pretty. But like you say, Marlon, it definitely went sexy. But, we're going to chalk it up, put it in our duffel bag, and we're going to get on the plane and come on back home with that W. We'll definitely take it. Definitely take it. Rusty in the building. What's happening with you, Rusty? No improvement. Any plans week to week. Beating horrible teams do not make us good. If we are the 4th seed, Dallas is going to come to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I see us getting a dog walked on some national TV, and I hate Dallas. I don't like Dallas either, man. I definitely don't like Dallas. And that's a little bit of think of what I mentioned just a moment ago, Rusty. Once you get to the playoffs, man, you're no longer playing the powder puff teams of the league. You're no longer playing the New York Jets of the league and, the teams of that nature, the Cardinals. We've had a lot of cupcake teams. Our whole division, unfortunately, is cupcake, or maybe fortunately, all depending on how you look at it. It's probably fortunate for us. And Rusty, I think this late in the season, because we are entering like the final month of the season. We're 6. What are we now? 6-6. So we literally have a month of football left, 5 regular season games, and I think that's why some fans watch this game today. They just were not satisfied. As we all are saying, we don't get us wrong. We're gonna take the win every day of the week. We're not gonna be upset about getting a win, but this late in the season, you kind of want the Falcons to start, getting their mojo on, looking like they're getting better week to week, as Russ is saying here. And looking at the game today, it was just like, oh man, like come on, this is not a pretty win. We're gonna take the win, but it's not a pretty win. Definitely not a pretty win. Let's see here. Lisa, I'm personally not scared of Dallas. We all know how they are in the playoffs. Can't play with fear. Make it to the playoffs, then whatever happens. You're right about that. Once you're in that tournament, anything can happen. So you make a great point. And you make another good point when you say we all know how Dallas Cowboys are in the playoffs. Let the Cowboy fans tell it. Every year is their year. And something that correlates with your comment there, Lisa, as I was watching the game today, what's his name? Jonathan Vilma was calling the game. And he kind of touched on that also with what you're talking about right here, Lisa. He said he was talking about the division. And he was saying, the Falcons are probably about to go 6-6, and they should be proud of being 6-6. I'm paraphrasing here, but he was saying, some people like, oh, it's a bad division. He said, but I recall a time in New Orleans, when we went into the playoffs at 11-5, and we played a 7-9 Seattle team, and beast mode happened. So once you get in the tournament, anything can happen. So that's a very, very valid point there, Lisa. Very valid point. Yeah, no doubt about it, Winston. No doubt, bro. Um, Lisa says Nine's quarter without giving up a TD. Not sure when the last time we could say that about our defense. I wasn't even aware of that, Lisa. Thank you for letting me know. Let's ring the bell for the defense also. That's quite an accomplishment. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think we've surrendered a rushing touchdown yet this season. I don't think we've given up a rushing touchdown as a defense. So the defense is definitely stepping up to the plate and leading this team. So some situations, some scenarios, they're carrying this team on their back, without a doubt. Carlo, how you doing? What's going on, man? Because our schedule's still pretty rough. Them teams are coming as well. When you say pretty rough, Carlo, are you meaning that and we got a soft schedule coming up, or we got a hard schedule coming up? Because I read somewhere today, or in fact, somebody informed me today. And again, fact check me on this because I didn't fact check it, but it definitely sound correct, or it sound close enough. But someone told me that our remaining schedule, our opponents are 21-38 combined record for the remaining opponents on the schedule. So 21-38. So we're really based on the schedule. Based on the schedule, we don't really have real formidable opponents left that we're going to play. Of course, we still got to play our second games in the NFC South. Then I think we have Chicago and the Colts. So not a whole lot of teams that are left, or really no teams that are left that really kind of strike fear in your heart. When you see them on the schedule. But as we just said, to go back to Lisa's comment, any given Sunday, so anything can happen. But we still need to be prepared. Either way, of course, I want us to win the remaining games, but I want us to start looking better as a team, also as we do win these games. And unfortunately, I don't think today was just we didn't look like a well-oiled machine, as the old sports terminology goes. We didn't look like a well-oiled machine today. And I want the Falcons to start, like I say, this is the last month of the season, man. Hey, man, let's go. We already in December, man. In less than a month, 2024 will be here. That's how this time fly. Football season almost over. I said that just last week. We just played the SEC championship game yesterday. So it's winding down, unfortunately, man. Unfortunately, it's winding down. Football goes so fast. Facebook user says the Atlanta Falcons are still a mediocre product on the field. I have to be honest, at times we do play mediocre football. A good bit of today's game was mediocre football, if I'm being honest. And that's what really frustrates me about the team this year is as I just said, I'm waiting for them to turn the corner. I'm waiting for them to turn the corner, and it's just the highs and the lows and the inconsistencies with the Falcons. So I cannot even debate or refute when you say that the Atlanta Falcons are a mediocre product on the field, because based on our record, we're 6-6. That means we're average. That's what mediocre means. It means you're pretty average. So, hey, that's a fair assessment. I'm not gonna bite your head off about it, especially when I feel like you make a fair point, and I feel like that's a fair point. I don't feel like you quote unquote hanging on the team, or you're being a bad fan. I feel like it's a fair assessment. C-Dub says, I'm not scared about the playoffs. I just feel like we will be seeing how Coach Art compares to other winning teams. Playoffs are about adjustments, and Art doesn't do that. We will see. You're absolutely right, C-Dub. Playoffs are all about adjustments, halftime adjustments, in-game adjustments. A lot of it is all about adjustments. And you're right. We will see. I am very confident we will finally get back in the postseason this year. And I'm excited to see how we respond. I know we got to play a lot better as a team in the playoffs than we played today. Um, wasn't real satisfied from what I saw today, but we'll talk about that as the show continues to go. Lisa says, "Yeah, I was rooting for the Dogs come through. As long as Bama don't win, I'm cool." Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't want Bama to win. I don't want Bama to win. We talked about it last night on the Waffle House, Lisa. I was not mad about Georgia losing. I was more disappointed. The team lost, and they could have made history for themselves doing a three-peat, which is very difficult to do in basketball, much less football. But hey, they gave us two, and they gave me some hella fun times, man. Some excitement, feeling proud of them, feeling proud of the team, bragging rights for 2 full years. So I couldn't be mad at them. I could not be mad at them at all. We'll be back. We'll be back. We'll definitely be back. Marlon says the postseason is a totally different season, different attitude, different result. You're absolutely right. Different tempo, different speed. The playoffs. You're right. It's just a totally different beast in the playoffs compared to regular season. Definitely right. Lisa says I'm not Georgia anyone but Bama. I'm with you on that. I'm totally with you on that. C Dell says I even ran errands with the fam during the game. I was like, well, it happens. Oh man. Let me see here. Make sure we don't miss nobody here. Facebook says there's gonna be some gritty wins down the stretch. Got to run the ball in December and January. They need to go 2-2 down the stretch. Definitely live with that. What do we have? 5 games left. I would like to see us go 4-1 the rest of the way. 3-2 at the absolute worst. But 4-1 the rest of the way, 3-2 at the absolute worst. And hey, they don't lose any more games. That's even better. That would be even better. Coach says that dude Lamb is still showing up. And Jessie Bates both should go to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, speaking of Lamb, man, did he come back in the game? I don't recall. I know he had his helmet back on at one point. It looked like it was a pretty bad injury when he initially got hurt because he was grabbing his leg in pain. But Nate Lamon has been a very pleasant surprise. And for y'all who have been watching the channel, y'all know that Nate Lamon, my boy, and I think he's locked that job up. I don't think Troy Anderson is gonna get that job back when he come back. I don't think he will. Nate Lamon has played better in these how many games Nate has played? 8 or 9 games, and Troy Anderson has his combined NFL career. I just like what I see from Nate, man. To me, so far, he has shown like the most true potential of any linebacker we've had here in a long time. I'm talking long time. I'm talking about all them guys, everybody. Maybe outside of Vondre Campbell. I'll put him and Vondre about the same. But I love what I see from Nate Lamon, man. I really do. Really do. Winston says, A-Tight, a quick question. At what point does this offense start to look like a legitimate offense or live up to our potential? Oh, that's a great question. You would really hope that it would be now. We just played our 12th game of the year. So 75% of the season is done. You played 3/4 of your season. So you would hope, you would anticipate by now all the kinks would be out of the offense. You would hope everybody's gelling right now. So again, I would hope that would be happening now, but unfortunately, it is not. It's going to be so difficult to get there until we get better quarterback play. And I know some people are just tired of hearing that, but it's the absolute truth. And until we get better, more consistent quarterback play, the offense is going to be a roller coaster. It's going to be unpredictable. It's going to be a lot of what we're seeing today, you know, and that's just the truth of the matter. Ritter, Heineke, Logan Woodside, or whoever is under center, just got to have more consistent quarterback play. And once we get that, Winston, like, the sky's the limit, man. The most important piece got to start to show up. Russ says Dallas can't get past San Fran in the playoffs. It's not like they're losing to both teams. They lost to one of the best teams in the NFC every year. If any Falcons fans says they're not scared of Dallas, so Russ banging on the Falcons fans for not being afraid of Dallas. But, you know, that is a true statement. Russ is definitely not like they're coming out there losing a bum team. So you got a very valid point. Winston says we haven't given up a rushing TD to a running back yet, but we have the quarterbacks. Okay. All right. And thank you for clarifying that. Also, I do remember I read that, I think, right before the game. But I appreciate you letting me know that it did not apply to quarterbacks, because the guy from Minnesota, he definitely got us when we played them. I think Colin might have got one too, if I remember right. Basically, says those records go out the division, go out the door. In division games. NFC South game will be hard. You're right. You're absolutely right. Because I'm gonna be totally honest, we don't like them, but you know, New Orleans gonna be want to look to get some revenge. Gonna be the last game. Who knows that? It could determine the NFC South. New Orleans is not out of this thing yet. It could determine the NFC South. You know, nothing else. If we do have the NFC South wrapped up, if nothing else, they still want to beat us in New Orleans. They still want to beat us in New Orleans. Just like we always want to beat them in Atlanta. And you're right, them division games, they do go out to one, because, you know, Carolina ain't won one game, but you know what? They would love to get a win over Atlanta. They would love to get a win over Atlanta. They would love to get a win over Atlanta. You know, and the first game, it ain't like that was a cakewalk game when we played Carolina. It ain't like we just walked over them, Tampa Bay. So, hey, man, you are absolutely right about NFC South. You are absolutely right. Coach says, although our remaining games are to losing record teams, we still have division games. We know those are the hardest games, and records mean nothing, just like we beat an undefeated Panthers team. Yep. And that coincides with a comment that Facebook user just made. So you both are absolutely correct. Totally agree with all of you on that. You know, we still got to win the second part of these NFC South games, and they won't be a cakewalk. And I think all of those games are no, only one is at home. New Orleans and I think Carolina are on the road. And I think we have Tampa at home, if memory serves me correct. DJ, what's up? How you doing, bro? Says, what's up, Ty? A good win today, terrible play. Well, offensive play. I agree. I'm not giving a pass, but the Jets defense is elite. I also agree about that. It's good we're taking wins. That all that matters. Yeah. At the end of the day, a win is a win is a win is a win. You know, and you know, you ain't gonna turn down no wins when they come on your desk. So you're absolutely right about that, DJ. When them wins come, you're gonna take them. And then you go to practice and you try to improve on what you didn't do well in the game. So we got a lot of film we should be watching this coming week of practice, and a lot of things we need to work on, because as you insinuated here, you know, offensively, man, it just wasn't good football. It really wasn't, unfortunately. Andre Wall's up in here. What's up, Andre? Says rise up, back to you, bro. How's it going? C-Dub tied to the coach and the QB are a mid. Let's ring the bell for that. For C-Dub banging on the coach and the QB. Hey, I'm not going to debate that. I'm not going to contest that. I'm not going to debate it. I'm not going to refute it. I just hope they get better, man. I just hope they get better, C-Dub. That's all I got for that. I hope they get better. At least it's a year offense hasn't played 4 quarters of decent offense yet this season. Slow starts and lulls and gains have played us all season. Yep. And turnovers too. It's just been so inconsistent on offense. It can be frustrating to watch because that goes back to Winston's question when he's saying playing to our potential. Because when you look at the team offensively, I mean, of course there is talent there. There's a good decent amount of talent on that offense, but as you mentioned, Lisa, it's just slow starts, lulls, turnovers, all that combined has just made this offense so inconsistent and at times so incredibly frustrating to watch. So thankfully our defense is, really carried the load for this team this year. If not for them, we definitely would have a losing record. Andrew says we're going to win a division this year. Let's ring the bell for that. I agree with you on that, Andrew. I definitely do agree with you on that. Marlon says, your brother Ty, got a question. Do you think that our play calling exposes our identity? Example, play calling to our need versus play calling to our wants. That's a very great, compelling question. In regards to our play calling, I hate to keep going back to this, but I think a lot of that is just due to the limitations of the quarterback. That's going to determine a lot of what you see from the play calling. You can go back and look at Matt Ryan's final year in Atlanta, even though it obviously wasn't prime Matt Ryan, that was obvious, but you saw different play calling from the head coach because you had a quarterback who of course was way more experienced without a doubt, and who just had who had better arm talent than what we've seen so far in Atlanta presently. Ritter, Taylor Heineke. So Arthur Smith could do a lot of stuff schematically different with the offense because of the quarterback that he had. And that's kind of like calling the offense to Matt Ryan's strengths. You're not gonna run a lot. You really ain't gonna run a lot of RPOs with Matt Ryan. And I really feel like if Ritter was a good bit better this year and more dependable in regards to not turning the ball over, getting the ball a lot quicker, just being overall a better and more efficient quarterback, I think the play calling would be a good bit different also, because at that point in time, I don't think Coach Smith would feel the need to lean so much on his running game. And if we're throwing the ball a lot more, then that's going to make the defense change what they're doing. And that would open up the running game. And it really would make us a more balanced offense. So a lot of this stuff on offense, it just all comes back to the quarterback position. And Marlon, as you know, that's why that position is just so important. It's just why it's so critical in the NFL, that quarterback position, even in college. It's a critical position. And that's why those guys make the big bucks. Lisa says sweeping the division would be awesome. Yes, it would. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for sweeping the kitty cats, the Aints, and them dudes down there in Florida, Tampa Bay. I'm hoping we do. I'm hoping we do. Facebook says Bama is solid. Probably will win it all. Those trenches are where they will make. Hey, yeah. Hey, I hate to agree with you, but a lot of people said the SEC championship game was the actual college football championship game. You're right. Them trenches, that's where you make hay at, man. Unfortunately for us, they beat us up in the trenches Saturday night or Saturday evening, and I just hate to say it. I don't really see nobody can beat them. Maybe Texas, maybe, but Bama got clicking at the right time. They really did. It is crazy because I feel like if Auburn would have held on to that lead when they played Bama, I don't feel like Bama would have got up emotionally to play Georgia, because now they know they can't get into the playoffs. So I think that would have actually helped Georgia's chances, and we probably could have got the victory Saturday. But at the end of the day, we didn't do what we're supposed to do. So I guess I'm just being a Georgia fan. um, D just is tired of why for some reason we can't defend the deep ball. Someone needs to find a stat on the completion percentage of pass thrown 20 air yards and more on us. I bet it's like 90%. And I'm sure that exists somewhere. You might need like a next generation subscription of one of them type of stat platforms. As far as that goes, I guess we might can blame a good bit of that on maybe Richard Grant. A lot of times we notice that our cornerbacks specifically, they think that they're in a deep zone, and they end up giving up big plays. We saw that today with Jeff Okudah. Unfortunately, we've seen it numerous times with AJ Terrell. A lot of miscommunication in the defensive backfield, and most times than not, the cornerback will get blamed for that. So I don't know if they're doing something that can be confusing in the defensive backfield as far as the type of coverages they're running back there. But I think a lot of that we have seen, or I shouldn't say a lot because then I'm trying to take up for them too much. But I think a significant portion of that has just been miscommunication in the defensive backfield. So maybe they need to communicate better. Raymond Collins says we sweeping the NFC South. Let's ring the bell. Let's ring the bell for that. I definitely agree with you on that. Definitely agree. Miss B in the building says, "Hey Todd, how you doing, Miss B? What's going on with you tonight? How are you feeling? Appreciate you coming through." DJ Gamer says, "I love Nate Lamont, I really do, but man, he's just so slow. He's a good run stopper, actually great run stopper. He is just not good in open field. He's still good, just very old school. Yeah. He's more of an old school. I was gonna. Well, I guess traditional would be the right word because, in past generations, he would be that type of linebacker. But one thing about Nate, make plays. Yeah, he don't have the 4.5, 4.6 speed, but Nate constantly making plays. Nate forced a fumble today. Nate then got an interception. And then I'm gonna keep comparing him to Troy because they play in the same position. Look at all the games Troy played. Troy wasn't doing what Nate was doing, and Troy got 4.4 speed. Troy went forcing a bunch of fumbles. Troy went running all over the field making tackles. Troy went filling the running gaps, filling the lanes, making them impact tackles. Don't get me wrong, speed is a great thing to have. But I think at times speed can be overrated. At times, and I'm using them too as an example. DJ Games says, as much as I want to, let's be real. Are the Falcons really going to be 8-0 in the division this year? It would be like the weirdest season if that happens. I think you mean 6-0. I think you mean 6-0 because we got 3 division opponents. We play them twice. Okay, I see you said that 6-0. Yeah, it's possible, man. It's definitely possible. It probably won't be easy. And like somebody else said, like a couple other people said, New Orleans, somebody gonna be just sitting there waiting, like, okay, Atlanta, we're gonna do it to y'all. Y'all got us the first game, but we're gonna do it to y'all. I would love to see it though, man. I would love to see it. I hope so. Of course, I will be rooting for that. I would definitely be rooting for that. D Will in the building. What's happening with you, D Will? How you been? Says I have posted several videos breaking down Ridder's play and the routes they run. Both are lacking. So again, it's all on Arthur Smith and him weekly, and him outsmarting himself weekly. Well, FedEx Arthur, he's in his mind, he's always the smartest guy in the room, always the smartest guy in the room, incredibly stubborn. It seems as of late that he's tried to humble himself a little bit. and you would hope, you would think with him essentially approaching his third year, or about to finalize his third year, being a head coach, a lot of his kinks, a lot of his mistakes would be worked out. One thing that I do see all too often now, I can understand it, like first year, especially a little bit of second year, but like the route design of some routes we run, you have a lot of guys, a lot of pass catchers, they be like within like 2 or 3 yards of themselves. And it's just so strange. I never seen, I shouldn't say never, but I don't recall an offensive coordinator here where that happens so often. I know occasionally, it may happen. Somebody may run the wrong route, things that happen, but I just see that so often that you have guys right in the same area. And I could see how that could be hard on the quarterback too. Because now you got a bunch of guys in one pass, in a certain area where he wants to pass the ball, or maybe interrupting his passing lane. So that's one thing that I just noticed about FedEx. D. Will says the play calling and player personnel makes no sense at times. Yeah, and that's going back to the route design also as well. And I think as far as the player personnel, I think Arthur, being a billionaire's son, I'm sure there were a lot of Christmas that he woke up in the morning and he had so many toys he didn't know what to play with. Father being a billionaire, and I think he's running into that problem now with the Falcons at times. When you mention player personnel, you got so many weapons at your disposal, like you don't know what to play with. You can't utilize them all, and that's what happens when you take skill positions in the first round, to kickstart your rebuild. You got a tight end, you got a wide receiver, you got a running back, hey, and then you still had guys that you already had on the team. Tyler Algier, Cordero Patterson. It's kind of hard to get everybody involved. And sometimes you have to force the issue, and then sometimes you might not even force the issue enough. So it's very polarizing in a sense. What's up, Demetrius? How you been? Says it's been a good minute since I caught one of y'all. Yeah, man. I normally come on around this time, about 11:30. We came on a little bit earlier tonight, but I definitely appreciate you coming through, bro. Thank you. ATLAX says a bad head coach, OC, and quarterback will kill all potential. You're right. I don't see us getting any better this year. It's just going to be us going until we get knocked out. Let's see how far we can go, I guess. I can respect that, man. Hey, ATLAX, your name always tongue-tied me. I'm a country boy. But the motto here, bro. The slogan. Honest conversation. Honest conversation, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with what you just said. Because I had the same thoughts, had the same feelings. I'm not going to sit here and just ignore what I see from the team. So, hey, ain't nothing wrong with what you just said, bro. I'm never going to beat you. I'm never going to, beat your head up or bark at nobody for being honest. Not going to do that. It's always an open conversation here. I try my best to, and I mentioned this to y'all before, but I try my best to make the platform like we ain't even on the internet. Like we out in public just talking about our team. So ain't nothing wrong with what you just said, and it's all valid, bro, because I be having the same thoughts. I'll be like, well, yeah, we're probably going to get to the playoffs, but man, whoa. We probably gonna catch one the very first game in the playoffs. But boy, this team, a lot to be desired on this team, and seen a lot of that today. And man, I know I be sounding like a broken record, but obviously I got a lot of love for the team. Love the team, but man, today was just bad football. If that was not my team that was playing today, I'd have told everybody that wanted to listen, that game, this is a boring ass game. Boy, this game is so boring. If that when my team playing, I'd have been turned the channel. And that when my team playing, I'd have been turned the channel. I found myself looking at my cell phone more than I normally do watching the game. I'm like, boy, this is a boring game right here. In an NFL game, I got to keep it real. In an NFL game, right? This is how I go in the NFL. This is why quarterbacks make the money that they make. In an NFL game, if both quarterbacks are bad or both quarterbacks are playing bad, if both quarterbacks are bad, or if both quarterbacks are playing bad, you're about to see some terrible football. You are about to see some terrible, terrible football. That's what we saw today. That was some bad. Hey, we've already said this, but we'll reiterate it for people that maybe just are coming in. We're going to take the win. Hey, we're not complaining about getting the win. Any win as Falcons fans that are Falcons franchise we can get, we're going to take it. And we're going to get on the bus or get on the plane and head back to the A. But, man, that was bad football today, man. When both teams got bad quarterbacks or bad quarterback play, oh, man, that was some bad football. For example, let's look at both quarterbacks, right? Let's look at all three quarterbacks. So this is what we got to look at. You start with our quarterback, Ritter. 12 for 27. 12 for 27. 12. You know what? Hold on. I'll be forgetting some time we on the internet. Let me share this screen so we can look at this together, y'all. Let's look at this together, right? Let's look at this together. Let me blow it up. Let's look at these numbers together, y'all. All right. I think that should be seeable. But yeah. 12 for 27 for Ritter. 1 touchdown. 121 passing yards. Man, that's about 4.5 yards per attempt throwing the ball. That's like what running backs average per carry. Then you look at the Jets. They weren't better. They were not much better or worse. Tim Boyd was 14 for 25. Just 148 yards, 1 interception. And they benched him and they brought another bum in. They benched the bum to bring in another bum. Trevor Siemian was 5 for 13. 66 yards. Oh, boy. That was terrible quarterback play. So, getting back to the actual topic or the headline or the caption of the video, Falcons, yeah, we got the win, but Falcons fans were not satisfied. And this is some of the reason why. I mean, just terrible quarterback play. And again, in the NFL, hey, man, you got both quarterbacks playing bad or terrible, you're about to see some terrible, terrible football, man. You're about to see some terrible football. And it was a boring game. But hopefully we can learn from that. Winston says if Ritter was more accurate and less turnover prone, those fans would actually get the exciting and explosive play calling that we want, but you can't do that with the liability at quarterback and want to win games. Let's ring the bell for that because I agree. That goes back to something that I mentioned a moment ago. You know, when Arthur Smith's play calling is called into question as a coach, he knows what he has in his quarterback, whether he admit it publicly or not, which none of them typically will never ever do. But he knows his quarterback's limitations. You know, he knows and he understands that, hey, I can't put too much on his shoulder because he'll end up with 3 turnovers. You know, I can't put too much on his shoulder. He'll end up with 3 turnovers. He knew in year 1 with Matt Ryan, okay, I can put 40 attempts on Matt. Even though he's older, the arm strength, he's lost his arm strength. I can put these plays on Matt Ryan and be comfortable. that he can produce in a sense. But with Ritter, it's like, you know, you just don't know. So you make a very, very, very valid point there, Winston. Very valid point. Very valid point. John with the eye test. And y'all make sure to follow the eye test. In fact, Winston or John, make sure that you got either one of you guys post your link in the comment section. And y'all do me a favor, show them the same kind of love that you show me. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Great Falcons content. And I'm sure they're going to be doing other types of content as well. But make sure that you do subscribe, run up the likes, run up the comments, and run up the shares. And John with a super chat. Let's beat the drum for that. Appreciate that, John. This little piggy was a nasty piggy today. Just refused to get out of the mud on offense. Defense is good. Russ worked last night's SEC game. Oh man, don't bring them Russ back nowhere close to Atlanta. Don't bring them Russ back anywhere close to Atlanta. But you're right. Can refuse to get out of the mud on offense. And the thing when you say mud, John, because I know it did rain today. But the thing about it, I can't even give us the rain excuse today, because yeah, it rained, but it wasn't raining that hard, or it didn't look that hard on TV. And the football is a game of all elements. Shoot, I've seen better offensive snowstorms before, so it's hard for me to give them guys a pass for the rain, man. And thanks once again, John. I appreciate the love, man. Thanks a lot. Demetrius says, at least we had a two-peat. So I take that UJ will be back in none but a little bit of straining. Yes, sir. I totally agree. Anthony Moss Clark Phillips had a solid game today, filling in for AJ. He did. Hey, man, Jeff Okuda you better get his stuff together, man. If you want to get another contract here, you better get his stuff together. If you want another contract, hey, Clark Phillips III was balling out there today, man. He was coming up making a tackle. That's what you love to see from your cornerbacks as a coach. Of course, you want him to be able to cover, but hey, this guy coming up and he's not afraid of contact. He's coming up tackling. Oh yeah, he's a winner. That's what you like to see as a coach. So I'm excited to watch him progress as a player. He looked damn good out there today. Demetrius Jeffrey says, I'm glad we got the win today, but offense continue to have slow starts and struggling every week. Struggling every week, man. And we got lucky. They called one of those they called Ritter's interception back. I'm gonna be honest, for a bogus penalty on the Jets. Hey, I'll take it. But normally them calls be against us, but I'll take it. But hey, man, this offense, man. Shout out to the defense. Played well again. And, the defense did have, two bums at quarterback for New York, but I'm going to give them their props. I think Bud Dupree played a pretty good game. I saw him coming off the edge making plays. I think he played good. I saw him being aggressive today also. I saw him beating his man with the first step and just putting a lot of pressure on that edge. So shout out to Bud Dupree. I know on the Waffle House last night we talked about 1-year contracts. He's on a 1-year contract. Don't know what the future will hold with him, but he was good today. And I actually like. I'm big on effort and passion. I'm big on effort and passion. I'll say it one more time. I'm big on effort and passion, and I saw effort and passion. I do see effort and passion from Bud Dupree. And that's why I be, going in on Kyle Pitts sometimes, because I don't see the same effort and passion from Kyle. I see a guy that has obvious talent in Kyle Pitts, but I see a guy who don't always bring effort and passion to make to go with the God-given talent. And a guy like Bud Dupree who don't have all those God-given, intangibles or talent that a guy like Pitts have, he makes up with it with effort and passion. And I see him after he makes a play, Bud Dupree, You know, he's spirited. You know, he's always, you know, crunk getting his teammates up. You know, he works with the Falcons organization a lot. I just see a lot of guy effort and passion. And again, that's what I don't be seeing from number 8 Kyle Pitts a lot. And that's why I have some of the reason I say free Kyle Pitts. You know, free Kyle Pitts. Shout out to Larry from the Dixon Way, y'all. Make sure to show Larry from the Dixon Way some love on YouTube. If you're not already subscribed, make sure that you just subscribe to the channel. Him and his wife Shana, they do some excellent content over there. The best in-game commentary that you will find. So make sure to subscribe, run up the likes, run up the subs, and run up the shares as well. Says Troy's the Ritter. Oh man, sound like you about to throw some bars at one of them guys. Larry says Troy is the Ritter of the defense, but people are talking bad about Nate Landman. Shout out to Clark Phillips III. The rookie stepped up. Let me ring the bell. I'm laughing, man, because that's like a hell of a comparison, man. Troy's like the Ritter of the I'm laughing because it's accurate, Larry. That's why I'm saying laugh about it. You right. You definitely right. You know, Troy is rid of the defense. And it amazes me. Oh man, Larry, you hit a grand slam with that comment because when you try to talk to some fans about Troy's deficiency, they are so quick to defend him like people defend Ritter. Oh man, no, you just hating on Troy, man. Troy was balling before he got hurt. Troy was balling before I'm like, balling before he got hurt. What balling are you talking about? He was not balling on the football field. Yeah, he was, man. Troy, like, man, you didn't like, no, man. Troy's not balling. Troy's a liability out there, man. Troy's a liability. You see how do you see how much better the run defense got when Nate Landman got in the game? Troy was a liability. They were just hoping that light bulb would come on in Troy Anderson's head. Oh, but no. Great comment, Larry. Demetrius says Clark Phillips is a dog. He is a dog. I like what I've seen from that young man so far. Larry says Art Smith ain't not smart himself. He is just literally a dumb coach play. Let's ring the bell for that. Let's ring the bell for that. Oh man. Y'all is wilding, man. DJ Games says Clark Phillips and Helms need to find a way to be permanent starters on this team. Get Richard HE double hockey sticks out of there and start Helms. They dogs. Look at them hits he had on field. And you know what? Probably next year, Helms would probably get a more of an opportunity to start. I think they'll be a little skeptical at this point in the season based on how well the defense has played to make any major changes. They just don't want to shake up anything and don't want to change a lot of chemistry. Now, if we were in a position where we're almost out of the playoff race, then you'll see a lot of, okay, you'll probably see Helm start. You'll probably maybe see Clark Phillips start. But at this point in the season, they're probably going to continue to get playing time. But next year, they're going to be fighting for starting jobs, without a doubt. We got our dog Ray Ellison in the building. Says, "What's up, Bird Gang? What's happening with you, Ray? How you doing, bro? What's popping?" Basically, it says Smith's route combinations are mediocre and simplistic. That's a good way to put it. I couldn't articulate it that way earlier, but that is a great way to state it. No option routes, no in-breaking routes, no slants. He loves seams and wheel routes. You are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct, Facebook user. Couldn't I have said that better myself? You are absolutely correct. Let's see here. Dixon Way says on the couch with the dance. Oh man, Demetrius says our play calling is so predictable that it's ridiculous. Like it was so stupid for us to do a toss sweep on the 1 and 2 yard line, but ended up giving the Jets a safety. I didn't get that either, man. I mean, I know the Jets was like 4-7 going into the game, but hey, the defense was still still the defense was great. He had a great defense. Don't get it twisted. Defense was great. And we had showed no signs that we could block these guys. We ran a quarterback sneak play before that. You probably should have ran another one. Try to get you another 1 or 2 yards to get out of there. And I didn't understand the sweep neither. I mean, run a play that doesn't take long to develop, which is normally going to be right up the gut. Right up the gut. You know, and like you said, you know, ended up giving up points. So confusing, man. So confusing. I hated that. Coach says the reason for the deep passes issue is the incorrect usage of the scheme, and that's just what I posted about today. And that's a super chat coming from Coach. Appreciate that, Coach. Got to beat the drum for that, man. Thank you very, very much. And that's kind of what I was trying to say myself. And you know, you explained it also here better than I could have. The scheme, and I think, Coach, that scheme is at times confusing our guys, because as I mentioned earlier, like sometimes they'll be like today. Okuda look back at Jessie Bates like, bro, I thought you was behind me. What's going on? Like what? And I see that so often. Those guys just they look like they're confused, and I see it a lot, you know. So I'll be looking forward, Coach, to what you're gonna say about it and how you will approach it, you know. So definitely keep me posted on when you decide to get the channel going. DJ Games is one thing I missed the old play calling we had. Arthur Smith just was like he's trying too hard, like WTF you doing? Just come regular play action front play. None of all these fancy screens in motion. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I definitely agree, and I'm hoping like, hey, whoever the QB is next year, man, like he can fill that obvious void that would actually help Arthur Smith out as a play caller. Because the thing about it, man, when Arthur Smith struggles with play calling, that's when he kind of needs a quarterback to make up for his slack. And unfortunately for him, unfortunately for us, we just don't have that quarterback yet to make up for bad play calling. Because a good quarterback will make a below average play caller look good. But unfortunately for us, man, we just and we talked about it last night on the Waffle House. I don't really know like what the future will lie for us at the quarterback position. I don't know what their plans are going to be for next year, how they're going to approach it. You know, we talked about it, like I said last night on the Waffle House. So who knows? I'm really not sure myself. Facebook uses and back shoulder throws, nothing that puts his wide receivers in space. And speaking of wide receivers, I think Drake London only had one catch today. Oh man, and that just frustrates me, y'all. I gotta be honest, that just be frustrating me. And y'all know I come on here and I talk about it a lot, but hold on, let me take this off screen. It frustrates me, man, because like the frustrating part of it is because we spent so much for these guys in the draft. That's what be pissing me off. That's what be frustrating me. So when I come on here and bang so much, that's be some of the reason I be banging, man, because like I say this plenty of times, but like when you take a guy at 4 in the draft, you take a guy at 8 in the draft, and they combine for 5 catches, like you're not getting a return off your investment. That's a poor return off your investment. And I know that the counter argument to that is, well, we don't have a quarterback, or they don't fit the scheme. And my rebuttal is always, well, that's why it's a bad draft pick, because you don't even have the personnel here to get the most out of these guys. That's why it's a bad draft pick. You know, I can understand maybe just getting one of them. So I did go get a weapon, but both of them, I'm like, oh, free Kyle Pitts, man. What Kyle had? What Kyle had? What 51 yards today? I think. Let me go back and look and make sure. Let me go back and look and make sure. So how many yards Kyle had today? I think it was 51. 51 yards on 4 catches. And the sad thing is that has become a pretty good day for Kyle Pitts. Based on what he has been doing. That's become a pretty good day. And, you know, I know people are still saying, well, he's still hurt. Well, when is he going to get healthy? The injury happened over a year ago. When is he going to get healthy? We got to wait till next year now. That's almost like the people who called Desmond Ridder a rookie toward the end of his second year. Oh, okay. When can we stop calling him a rookie? When can we stop saying Kyle Pitts is hurt? Y'all know how it go. If you're on the field, you're on the field. You know, if you're on the field, you're on the field. But that's just why it'd be so frustrating to me at times, man. It really do. It really does. Also, y'all, I'm not gonna stay on too long tonight, man. I appreciate everybody love. I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody want to come on out, you can come on and let us know your thoughts about tonight's game. And we'll do this real quick. Like I said, I won't be on here very much longer, maybe about another 15, 20 minutes. But I just dropped a link there in the comment section. So if anybody want to come on and talk about your thoughts about the game, you know, this is more about post-game analysis, your thoughts, how you felt about the game. Shout out to A1 Forever in the building. And also, y'all make sure to check out my dog, A1 Forever, on YouTube as well. Excellent content creator. And Chris be doing a lot of stuff, man. I be seeing Chris at backstage at Falcons games. They be opening up the Hawks facility for him, State Farm Arena. He be back there, big time celebrity, man. I seen him backstage taking pictures with Beyonce before. That joke could be everywhere, man. So, hey, man, make sure to check out my dog, man, right there, A1 Forever. But great content creator, man. So if you're not already subscribed to him, please do me a favor, show him the same kind of love that you show me. Run up the comments, run up the likes, run up the shares, and you definitely won't be disappointed. Great content creator. But hold on, we're about to bring some people on stage. Give me just a moment here, y'all. See, we're gonna bring Coach on. Coach, how you feeling, bro? What's going on?
What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, man. And hold on just a second before you get started. I'm gonna bring Larry in on with you as well. How you doing, Larry?
What up, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling. How y'all doing?
I'm good. Let me cut this extra sound off so you don't get no reverberation throughout the stream.
Reverb.
I'm gonna mute and do that. Y'all talk.
Okay. Go ahead,
Larry. I ain't seen you in a while. You been all right? Been a minute. All right. I ain't gonna go too deep into it because I really want to deep dive into it tomorrow. But yeah, what I've been saying, and of course, you know, I've been getting killed in the comments. I don't know what I'm talking about. Blah 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 blah. But what I've been saying, I think me, Larry, you, Larry, all of us was in a chat a few weeks ago, and we brought up the defensive coordinator. And today was when it finally clicked to me, watching film and then watching today's game. I'm convinced he just does not know. There's no way that a man getting paid millions of dollars is that inept to not know how to run the 3-4 correctly. What someone said in the chat earlier is my exact thoughts. Like, we get torched. If you look at our past, the past yards teams have been able to put on us, we've been getting torched. Yes, we don't break, but we have been getting torched by below average to average at best quarterbacks. Imagine what's going to happen when we run into for real good quarterbacks.
Right.
They're going to torch us because our scheme is just totally wrong. And it's watching the game today. Like I said, I'm not going deep into it because I hope you'll catch me tomorrow, and some of you guys will catch me tomorrow. But yeah, it
what time?
was
Hold on,
hard for
Coach.
me to watch.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. What time are you going on?
I know you got something going on tomorrow. I know Unc Steve usually has something going on. I need to check with Winston and see if he has something going on. I don't want to run. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. So once I get that, but hopefully around the 5 or 6 time, or is that what time you do? See, I'm Central, so I want to do it like 5, 6-ish, or I may even do it later, like 8, 9, depending on what everybody got going on tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be doing the grades. I'll start either 3:30, no later than 4 Eastern Standard Time, and that only lasts about an hour. So I'll be
Okay.
once you start.
Yeah, so I want to do that about 8, but I'll definitely go deep into what. So hopefully those people who, tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, catch me tomorrow and understand what I'm saying when I say for 3-4, we're using that. And I mean, it's just unreal how bad we are running that. That, of course, the offense is trash. But as the defensive guy, that right there sticks out to me, and I can't separate my coach hat from my fan hat when I watch games. So that is a huge issue for me that has to be fixed immediately. But other than that, shitty win. We got the win nonetheless. So,
Yeah, you're right about that. It was one of those wins. I mean, you're gonna take it, but you're looking at the game like, oh man, we got to do better.
It's horrible, bro. It's horrible. In 20 years, we are 19 in 20 plus years. We're 19-14 as far as winning seasons to losing seasons. People, you got to be tired of mediocrity. Like at some point, you just gotta. There is no. I seen today. Oh, what do you want him to do? He playing in the rain. He's a effing NFL quarterback. Like, what are you talking about? So we giving him points because he didn't turn over in the rain? Like, come on, man. You got to be tired of him. You have to be.
Yeah, I'm with you. I spoke on that before also. Like, hey, football, you playing in all elements. I'm not going to give you no excuse for a little drizzle. You know what I mean?
I've seen, what was it? Was it Terry Bradshaw who played it? Was it Terry? Whoever that played in the snowstorm of the century game or whatever that game, what is it called? The Immaculate Reception game or whatever it's called. They played in a snowstorm. So if they can do it, why can't he play in a little bit of drizzle?
Right. I definitely agree with you, man. Definitely agree. All right, DJ Gaming, what's going on, bro? What's your thoughts on the game?
What's up, man? Yeah, man. That rain excuse is so funny, man, because it reminded me of last year when the 49ers played the Bears in the beginning of the season, and everyone was like, man, it's just a rain. The reason Trey Lance played so bad. But then it's like, what about, is it the same excuse for the other quarterback who played well? Like, it's kind of like, you gotta learn how to adapt to your weather. That it made no sense, but you get what I was saying. Like, you gotta know how to play certain elements. Like, you gotta know, okay, it's raining. I got this. I gotta play. I feel like it shouldn't necessarily be an excuse, but it definitely. I wouldn't sit here and say that it doesn't affect the game, but you can't use it as a fallback because the whole team's going through it. So I feel like that's a thing. But as far as how we played today, I think Coach hit it right on the nail. Like I mentioned earlier about that deep ball, man, somebody got to pull up them stats because it's every time I see the ball thrown more than 25 yards, it's a completion. Like, and I'm not even talking about just this year. Like last year, Panthers, when we against the Panthers, and PJ Walker somehow got a 70-yard pass to DJ Moore. Just deep. Every time that camera pans, I just know it's a completion. It's just it kind of I just cringe every time I see the ball in the air. Just every time quarterback throw more than 20, I'm just like, I know
It's coming.
every time. Yeah, every time. It's like every single time I see the camera pan, I'm like, oh, here we go. And I think that's why we get so hyped when we do get like a deflection or interception, because we definitely haven't seen plays like that in a while. So I think that's what when we get a play like that, we tend to hop on the, oh yeah, man, we're elite, like we're good now, like it's just like because we haven't seen that in a while. Just like with the wins, like when's the last time we've been 6-6? Like I can't.
It's been a minute, man.
I can't think.
This late in the season, it's been a minute.
So it's like, when's the last time we've been number 1 10 comfortably? Well, not comfortably, but a game and a half. Right, so it's kind of like this season is taking steps. If we finish 11, it'll be 11-6, 11-6, yeah, or 10-7. I think that would be a huge step up. Arthur Smith, I'm not gonna give him credit for that, but I'll say that for us to be 10-7 after the years we had, it's definitely a huge improvement. But I'm off topic. As far as this game, like I said earlier, terrible play, terrible offensive play. This was probably the worst offensive game we had all season.
I agree.
And
running and passing.
Mm-hmm. And like I said before, the Jets do have an elite defense, but I'm not going to let that be an excuse as for why the offense played bad, because this has been consistent all season. It's just that it showed that when we go against an elite defense, what's going to happen. So, say for example, we do go against the Cowboys in the playoffs, I'm scared, man. That's Micah Parsons is going to kill, and I mean kill. McGarry's playing. Oh, you go ahead, Coach. You go ahead.
No. I ain't mean that, Rob. I thought you was finished. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good. No, I was pretty much done, to be honest.
I was gonna say, did y'all catch what Vilma said about our boy Bijan? And I hadn't really paid no attention to it, but he hit it right on the head. He said the difference between Bijan and Algier and CP is like when Bijan has the ball and he's going down, he just goes down. But like Algier and CP, they actually reach the ball out. They actually fight extra yards. They go north and south very well. Bijan kind of dances and really doesn't hit the hole. And I was thinking about it, and once he said it, I started watching, and damn if he wasn't right. Like Bijan is excellent, but he doesn't hit the holes like Algier and CP does. And right. Today, they just pretty much shut him down. I think we should have gave the ball to Algier and CP, not on them stupid sweeps like we were doing, but straight down their throat, up the middle. I think we would have had a much better run game. But, yeah, we were anemic all the way across the board. But that just struck me when he said that. I was like, really? And I started watching. And damn if he wasn't right, man. Like, he don't. For all his greatness, he don't have certain intangibles that Algier or CP has when it comes to fighting a little bit for the extra yards like that. Yeah, like that one run, he was right there at the first down. Why didn't he dive? Why didn't he reach the ball out? Like he just went out of bounds and we ended up punting. Like I don't understand this team at all.
We saw what Patterson did last week with them 2 hard runs, man. Patterson, you gotta have that dog in you when you run. And I'm a Bijan defender. I defend Bijan to the day I die. But man, I can't lie. He definitely, when he runs the ball, it's always trying to, like, instead of I'm gonna run you over. And I don't know what it is, man. He looks strong. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just like he just don't want to. Maybe it's a coach.
He has that.
No, it's ingrained in him. As a running back, like your style is just because that's what he's been doing since he's been 7 years old. That's his style. Yeah. So it's almost like trying to teach a dog, old dog, new tricks because you've been You watch him in college, that was his style. You watch him in high school, that was his style, and he knows that his strength. So as he goes further in his NFL career, we're gonna hope that he can develop more of a power style. But you're gonna always see that dipping and diving in him because that's really all he knows.
He has that Barry Sanders complex. I don't know if you gaming is old enough to remember Barry, but he runs very much like Barry. They'll go 10 yards backwards to go 6 yards forward. You know what I mean? Like he don't hit that hole. He wants to finesse you out of the way instead of just hitting it. But I mean, it works sometimes, but other times, as today, it doesn't work. You just got to hit it.
Yeah, it definitely works at times. And also, we got two new members on the panel. Let's welcome John to the panel. Welcome C-Dub. Y'all both know them all, so they really need no introduction. Also, before y'all go, John and C-Dub, let's wish a happy birthday to Chris from A1 Forever. His birthday today, I think he turned 19 years old. Y'all know them some young bucks that be watching.
Sagittarius gang. Sagittarius gang. Yeah. Mine coming up Wednesday.
Too. When is your coach?
Oh, mine the 18th, brother. The 18th.
Mine on Wednesday, bro. So y'all know we run deep.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a Libra. My bad. I was born in September. My bad.
you good? You good? But yeah, John C-Dub, y'all. Y'all want to come on and join in and tell us y'all post game thoughts on the game?
Go ahead, John.
Real quick, John, are you guys doing anything tomorrow? I'm trying to make sure I don't step on no one's toes by going live tomorrow. Real quick.
I hadn't planned on it. But
all right, I guess we'll talk after this. Go ahead, my bad.
Okay. Oh, no problem. No problem. I steps aside and hey man, you want to go.
Nah, brother. Nah. We'll discuss it later. Go ahead, bro.
Look, I might wake up at 3 a.m. Doggone it. No good. Ty didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, he will do it.
He will.
He will do it.
Man, you know what? I was just thinking about something.
He'll be in the car.
Or the truck.
Yeah. Get out in the truck somewhere. But
somewhere in the Midwest, Mississippi, Texas, Louisiana, somewhere.
All I need is a signal. But when I put it in the chat earlier about wallowing in mud, I didn't realize that was going to be a double entendre because it was wet, but I was just describing how the offense was just looking. I mean, we wallow in mud in the Mercedes-Benz, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
With the offense, and I can't even say flow of the offense because there is no flow. It's like my man described up here with the red. Is that a hoodie? The red hoodie on. Oh, okay.
He about 16.
Real small. I can't see. Wait a minute. I had to take my glasses off so I can damn see. Boy, I tell you, this it's over 50 stuff. Okay, now let me get it close to all right here. But this is the thing with me. Like we discussed in the Waffle House Friday night, and me, you, Winston, just talking about how haphazard this offense is. Pat, when the ball gets in Ritter's hands, I mean, it's just like a drinking game. When he gets the ball and it's a snap for a pass, I have to take a shot because I don't know what's gonna happen when he throws it. I gotta take a shot. And it's little things that I've been noticing that I've always told everybody about the fact that he's staring at his target, staring coverage to his targets, underthrowing, overthrowing, and see that touchdown that he threw last week to Bijan, that was a back foot throw. Now that scares me to death
Yep.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
That
does.
scares me to
He
death.
was proud of it too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
bragged on it.
yeah. You know, hey, I'm that good where I can, you know, he about he was about a foot from lobbing it like Mariota did on his butt. I mean,
That's the most inaccurate throw a quarterback can make is off the back foot deep. It's horrible.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
horrible.
Now, stuff like that for a person who has been struggling the whole year, that's not a recipe for me to be comfortable with you being a quarterback.
Yep.
I just can't be comfortable with you. And you know, like I've been saying ad infinitum about Arthur Smith and the lack of preparation that they're giving this quarterback, or any other quarterback that we've had here. You know, it's just horrific. And going into the playoffs or trying to compete for the playoffs, you know, as bad as our division is, we're going to stagger around and get in the playoffs, whether we need to be there or not. We just going to stumble, bumble, rumble, fumble, lumble into the playoffs. And what happens a lot of times is that you get to the playoffs, might have success, might not have success, but when you get curb stomped in the playoffs, as the years go along, you forget about the fact that you didn't really belong in the playoffs. That gets lost in history. You know, because see, me, if I go to the playoffs, I want to be ready to go to the Super Bowl. Playoffs is not a goal for me. Super Bowl is always a goal for me. I do not settle for playoffs. That's just me. I know a lot of people think differently, where once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. And that is absolutely true. Only thing about it is that once you get in there, once you get in those playoffs, your goal is supposed to be Super Bowl. Not just say we had a playoff appearance and then hold that up like some
we won the South
or something. Yeah, we went to the playoffs that year. Yeah, you did. You know, but I'm just mixed. I'm just as mixed as I was Friday about this thing, because there's nothing that I can hang my hat on and say we do this and we'll make it, because I just don't have any faith right now.
Yeah, that man, John. I hope you stay around, because I want you to hear what I got to say too, because I feel the exact same way you do. We talked about it Friday John, about how there was a way to beat the Jets and make it look easy, but you had to be patient. And what was the one thing I kept saying? This knucklehead coach is going to make it difficult. And sure enough, what did we watch? Now, let's talk about it. Last I checked, we just finished 12 games out of a 17-game season. We are what we are. In the media's world, they're going to say our strength is our defense. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Because, yes, the secondary's done well. Yes, we could get pressure-ish. Finally, Dupree finally got home and got a couple of sacks. Good on you, bud. Stand on your business. Quite honestly, though, I wasn't impressed. And that's the problem with this team. I feel like we've got a coach who's going to say all the wrong things or whatever he thinks, and we're just not, we're mid. We are mediocre. And not only that, if the coach is allowing Dez to brag about an off your back foot throw as one of your best throws, that tells me everything I need to know about the coach as well as the quarterback. And I'm sorry. I mean, we'll accidentally make the playoffs. And if we don't, the coach is going to be gone because there is no way this idiot's staying. But Desmond doesn't need to stay either because I'm sick of him just as well as everyone else. Because it's just, guys, is it just me? Or when he plays, it's like you go, okay, he's making a good play. He's playing well. What the hell was that? And that's what's in the series. Am I wrong? I mean, I'm asking. I don't know.
First play of the game when he almost fumbled that snap.
And by the way, they're like, oh, he didn't have a turnover. Technically, he didn't. But he did fumble the ball. He did throw an interception. But, penalties took it away. But guess what? You still did it.
Hey, how low have we become as a team for that be your argument, your sticking point? Well, at least our quarterback didn't turn the ball over. Like, what? Like, no shit, Sherlock. He ain't supposed to turn the ball over.
Yeah. You know what? Where we lost Matt Ryan for a massage therapist.
How low have we become that our sticking point, what we say after wind is, A, it was drizzling, so, he played bad, and then B, he didn't have a turnover. That's benchmarks for a great quarterback now?
Coach, at 2:00, listen to this radio station called 92.9. They are going to sing his praises like he won the Super Bowl. That he played in the Snow Bowl. In the middle of the in the Arctic Circle and won us that game.
C-Dub, it might be tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, well them too.
Well, I'm not in Atlanta, so I won't get that. But I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you ain't.
But yeah, that's terrible benchmarks to brag about. Our quarterback didn't turn the ball over, and we played in the rain, so that's why our offense was a little trash.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask. I heard this on one of the shows earlier today about how cover 2. That the guy was noticing the Falcons have a really bad habit. The secondary, everyone on the secondaries had this bad habit. In cover 2, when the ball snaps, you're supposed to initially jam the guy. You're supposed to at least make it tough for him to get by. Well, they're noticing. Okay, so they're noticing the Falcons are just letting him go. And I'm going, go ahead.
Well, it depends. It depends on if you're in man or if you're going in the zone. If you're going in the zone, yeah, you can jam. I mean, well, actually, let me rephrase that for people start killing me. Yes, you can do it on both. You can do it on both. But you generally want to just fall back if you're in zone. But again, this is what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. We're not using our scheme correctly. In a 3-4, there's really only 2 packages you should run, and that's a cover 2 and a cover 4. And we're not doing either one of those correctly. But I don't want to, because I'll talk for hours on that, and I don't want to manipulate everybody's time. But yes, they are absolutely right. And if I said something in AtlantaBirdGang why I did that, I don't know. I had a brain fart at the moment. But, I was told for hours, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about when I've said it now. And now I didn't even hear him say it on TV, but clearly someone said it on TV. So, yeah, it's definitely wrong, bro. It's definitely wrong.
Yeah, because, like I said, it just feels like the offense is so bad. Whatever the defense does, we're just like, oh, my God, look how good it is. Well, yeah. But we're not playing these, like you said, we're not playing above average quarterbacks. I agree. And some people,
not a single one.
Yeah, and some people would say, well, there's not that many in the playoffs. Yeah, but you're playing against the best, though. Last I checked.
Right. Yeah, we're not playing anywhere close to even average. Like every quarterback we have played so far is below average. Or just coming back off an injury and hadn't played for weeks.
Yeah. Ain't that something? All right, guys, I'm going to head out, bro. Y'all take it easy.
All
All right,
right,
C-Dub, take it easy, bro.
All right.
Catch me
We
the
played a
ball,
quarterback who
C-Dub.
haven't played in 4 years.
Well,
Correct. Right. That's what I'm saying.
okay. We got somebody else. Okay. I'll let them go. Who is that? Oh, that Winston.
Yeah,
It looked like it's
came on.
Winston.
Yeah, and also, y'all, let me wish a happy birthday also real quick to Wallace Smith, whose birthday is on the 4th. So his birthday is actually right now. So happy birthday to you, Wallace. Appreciate you.
Happy birthday, Sagittarius gang.
Sagittarius gang.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. Go ahead, Winston. My fault.
Oh man, y'all already know what I was gonna say. The offense look like trash. I mean, the offense look like trash. If it wasn't for the defense, we would have lost this game. Point blank period. There's no ifs and buts about it. And that defense, as well as it has been playing, when we run into a top tier offense, a lot of things are going to get exposed. A lot of things are going to get exposed. We can't consistently put pressure on. We can't consistently put pressure on the quarterback. Corners outside of AJ be getting cooked. Phillips look good. Phillips look real good. And to be honest, if AJ missed this game and Phillips have another game like he did today or a better one, Okuda may be going to the bench. It's very, very possible. Because Okuda's starting to look like Trey Flowers at the beginning of the season. I mean, I ain't gonna take it too much time. I just want to go hop on.
Well, keep in mind, as far as Okuda go, hey, he was a 3rd overall pick in the draft, and they traded him for peanuts for a reason.
Let me draw you guys' attention to that 4th and 2 call where we were trying to convert. What the hell was that? What was that? You line up for, it's just 2 yards you're trying to get. Just 2 yards you're trying to get. And then y'all gonna go wide and try to sweep around the right side with oh boy.
Try to be fancy.
Yeah,
man.
and not only did they do that, they're gonna do the play at like what's his name? Vilma said. Ritter has to audible out of that. You see they're overloaded to that side. You still gonna run a toss to that side? Like it's mind-boggling.
Hey, coach, he audibled into it.
Oh, I didn't see him audible.
Dummy audible.
Yeah, y'all know.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
He audibled into it.
He checked into it.
Crazy.
He audibled into
He checked into it.
I said,
that's crazy.
I said, oh my goodness.
I don't know if y'all noticed
That's
this,
crazy.
man, but during the game, there's been multiple. I know you only script around like 10, 12 plays a game. Man, it was around like first 3 drives, man. He ran the same 3 plays like the whole drive, and I don't know if y'all noticed it, man. It's this one play. The first play was he'll get a little slot receiver, move to the other side. Whoever's in the back, just run through the middle, or like kind of cut through the little C gaps for but it was just the same plays. I'm like, man, that's why they're just stopping us, man. They're catching on to what we do. They know exactly what we're doing. It's and then as soon as Ritter calls can, they're running it. So now why should anybody fear playing back? So it's like I think they really knew what was going on, and that offense just couldn't do nothing, man. It's just hard to watch.
It has to be. I think Tidy was right. I think it's a combination of, and I don't know what percent is more to whatever side, but it has to be a combination of not trusting Desmond Ritter and just not knowing what the hell you're doing. Because on a goal line play, like we're backed up on our own goal line, one of 3 things should have happened. You should either just did a straight up draw, run up the middle. You should have did a quarterback sneak up the middle. Or if you want to get fancy and pass it, You see the defense crowding the line because they're thinking you're going to run or they're going to blitz to try and get to safety. Conventional wisdom would think anyone that's getting paid millions of dollars to be a coach would just, if you're going to be fancy and throw it, would tell Desmond Ridder, okay, we're going to throw it. What throw are we going to do? I want you to just stand up and immediately toss it. A straight slant would have got us exponentially further than trying to do whatever that was that they did that got us a safety. All he had to do was stand up and straight toss. Stand toss. You don't got to do nothing else. Ain't no thinking. If it's intercepted, it's intercepted. But you know what I mean? Just straight stand and toss. So clearly it's a combination. It has to be one or the other or maybe both. Either he don't have faith in Desmond Ridder or bad play calling or both. I don't know.
Everything.
Hey, Tidy, that previous comment you had up there, put it back up, please, sir. Could you put that comment back up? Now, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. Y'all see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Winston, you see that? See,
I wish you know what? I wish they would too. I wish they would too. I promise you, I had his defense on point.
Hey, boss man, what's your name with the red hoodie? What's your name?
DJ,
you see that right there? See that comment right there? I damn sure wish they called one of y'all up to the front office to be an OC or DC. Hindsight is always 20/20. Well, guess what, Mr. Henderson? Your coaches are saying the same thing, or should be, if they are getting
exactly
like Coach said, the amount of money that they're being paid to make it right. Okay, we see this and we're asking why it's happening as a paying fan. Okay, because see, whether I buy a ticket or not, if I have a streaming service, I'm paying for the Falcons. Paying taxes in Atlanta, I'm paying for the Falcons. If I got a cable subscription, I'm paying for the Falcons. If I buy a jersey, I'm paying for the Falcons. So I am a damn OC, DC, and coach, sir. I am.
Preach.
I am.
Preach.
You know, and see, the thing is, if you saw this stuff, you should be saying the same thing yourself. This is your team. Don't come in here trying to castigate people for seeing stuff that people that are getting paid way more than me should be seeing, because it's their job. It's their job, sir. You know, I mean, you know, stuff like that. See, Tidy know, and I think everybody else know. See, I made my bones on Atlanta Sports Talk Radio dealing with people just like this who make comments like this, and you know they chunk a rock and hide their hand. They go dive into the grass where you can't see them no more. No, bruh. No, you can't. If you are a Falcons fan, you've got to look at everything objectively, and you got to distance yourself from it. Just because, man had a real famous saying, don't be peeing down my back and tell me it's raining. Come on, bruh. You know, I mean, you know, and see, I have to go here from time to time, and if you notice, I ain't said not one cuss word. I ain't said a cuss word. I ain't called the man no name. I ain't said anything, but I'm just laying it down. I'm laying the concrete down just like you want it smooth. I'm laying it down smooth. Come on, man. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that, man. Good. We 6-6. We are a stinking 6-6. We are a fell into 6-6, where we should be way better than what we are right now. Way better. And you think I'm going to accept that? Man, no. I've been a Falcon fan since they've been here. I've seen the good. I've seen the bad. I'm looking at other teams getting jealous. I'm looking at Philadelphia. I'm looking at Philadelphia and the 49ers, and I'm getting jealous. I'm getting jealous, man.
Yeah.
I got cooked earlier for that exact same thing, Joe. I said the same thing. Watching that game made me sad. I watch sports not one because I love the Falcons, and two, I like to talk my trash. I want so bad to be able to go to someone's face and say, "Yeah, my Falcons dogged your team." I ain't been able to do that. I mean, I can't. What can I say? What can I say? My Falcon didn't throw an interception today. That's what I can say.
I'm going to hang my hat on the fact that my quarterback didn't throw an interception today. I'm supposed to brag about that.
Yeah,
at the end of every game, I feel like we come in here and the first thing we say is our defense was able to stop him at the end of the game. I don't want to keep saying that.
Right.
I don't want to keep saying
right.
Yeah.
I want to say we won the game before we got to the fourth quarter. That's what
at some point you have to get tired of mediocrity. Call me what you want. Call me a clown. Call me a fake fan. Call me whatever you want to. I am tired of watching a mediocre team be mediocre.
Yeah. And
how exciting was it in 2016 to I mean, just every week we just smashing people. I think it was the first. I think we had a record. If I'm not mistaken, we had a record for the most opening drive touchdowns in the season or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, it was just awesome to watch. It was great. I went out and bought thousands of dollars of Falcon swag that year. I was through the roof. And now I'm happy that my quarterback don't throw an interception. You got to be tired of mediocre, man.
Right.
You got to.
Yeah, and boy, see, I tell this story all the time. I went down there to Houston for the Super Bowl. Bought about $500 or $600 worth of merchandise, thinking it was gonna be worth something. Because that was the best Falcon team that we had ever taken to the Super Bowl.
Ever had, yeah.
Okay. We setting records. We, like you said, Coach, we blowing people out. We running all over people. We not losing. Every week, we expecting to win. I mean,
yeah, we throwing 40, 50-yard bombs down the field. I mean, just exciting.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and wait a minute. Now, see, did you all see Steve? He sent back two cuts from up there in New Jersey. See, one of us gonna have to go with him because somebody.
Yeah, I seen it.
Steve,
I seen it.
Steve going all out of town.
Yeah, man.
Steve going all out of town, raising.
Uncle Steve, look, Uncle Steve up there being petty, talking about where y'all going.
Yeah, I mean, man, you in enemy territory, man. I can't get to you. We can't get to you, man. What? Hey, is Walmart having a sale? Where y'all going?
Not fast enough, man.
Uncle Steve up there being super petty.
I'm in Virginia. It's still gonna take me a minute to get up.
But he does make a point. Talking about he said, I wish all of the we got the worst fan base preachers could have been in that stadium today because the Jets fans were letting Boyle have it. And see, after that interception, where Bates just sat there, it was just like he was making a fair catch.
Yeah.
He was just like he made a fair catch. Oh, he had
Philadelphia 10-2. You think the Eagle fans ain't up there letting him have it for the day, even though it wasn't his fault? You think they're not on his back? Like, most fans don't care about mediocrity. They want to win. They don't want to hear about no rain. They don't want to hear that he went out with a concussion protocol for a couple of plays. They don't care about none of that. They want wins. That is it.
That's right. And see, they
don't care about none of that.
And see, you saw how they ran Doug Peterson out from up here. You know, Doug Peterson out from up there in Philadelphia when he started losing. When they made the wrong decision about the quarterback. Because see, they should have kept Foles. In my opinion, they should have kept Foles. He the one won the Super Bowl for you. But I don't. Well,
yeah, most definitely.
I think my main thing about reading this comment, the thing about Arthur Smith is and I think we all can agree. We pretty much been saying it all season. Is I think he just tries to be so fancy, man. Just he thinks he's an offensive guru. He thinks just like that fourth, not the fourth down, the safety play actually. When you calling, I don't even want to talk about that play, man. But you're just calling that type of play on when you're back in the other team's end zone, man. That's just he tries to be so fancy,
it was a stupid.
It makes me miss.
But go ahead.
It makes me miss, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Steve Sarkisian.
Dan Quinn. Oh, Steve Sarkisian.
He makes Steve Sarkisian look like Kyle Shanahan, and we all know how Steve Sarkisian turned out to be. So it's Arthur Smith, man. He just needs to. Honestly, I think my main thing about him is just dial down all these motions, dial down all these fancy plays. Just play football.
But to play devil's advocate, what can he do though? Honestly, what can Arthur Smith really do with this offense? You have a below par quarterback in the backfield. What really can you do? Honestly,
nothing.
Well,
I agree with you on that.
And to your point, who picked him? Who said?
Absolutely true.
I mean,
absolutely true.
You get to pay the freight. Arthur Smith gets to pay the freight for this whole ticket. For this, look. You bought this ticket.
Absolutely.
You bought this ticket. You and everybody else got to ride. All y'all got to ride. You know, and unfortunately, if you're going to be on the bandwagon, as they always say, hey, it's just like you being on the last car of the screen machine. You don't know which way that mug going, but you can't get off of it because they're going too damn fast.
And when I say this, I'm not defending Ritter at all. I'm not. But one thing I noticed too, man, is we need a real wide receiver too out there. Nobody like the separation with these receivers, man. It's just hot garbage. It's like it's really like hard to watch. What I've been seeing, the first play last game, not the first play, but the completion of Drake London, Scotty Miller was wide open deep. Where when he kind of forced it to Drake, but Scotty Miller was right behind him wide open. Those separation plays I be seeing, but man, it'd be sometimes where I'd be like, Ritter just be sitting there. I'm like, oh my, nobody's. They go back and show the replay. Nobody's open. It's like plays.
That's
like
because
that,
he
man.
holds the ball. It's because he holds the ball too long. If I posted in Atlanta Bird Gang, awesome video. It's about 30 minutes from the QB coach. And this guy broke down some things I didn't even see and notice about Ritter and how he fails to do what he needs to do. And he used the game of the Saints as to break it down. But it boils down to he holds the ball too long. And speaking of wide receivers, if I was Drake London, after that hit in the end zone, me and Ritter, he would have had to see me on the field. I would have stood on, as T.I. son said, business right there and there. You would have had to see me, partner, because you set him up to get drilled and killed. He would have had to see me.
Everybody.
He would have had to see me. Oh man, that was a career-ending injury waiting to happen. The way he set Drake London up in that end zone.
Oh yeah, look at here. Winston, you get ready to say something?
Shit, he said Bijan up the save on a swing route.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what play you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that play too.
He said Bijan on a he said Bijan up the same way on 3rd and 7. On 3rd and 7, and Bijan got smacked. You see the corner just sitting there in the flat. I'm just sitting there. Nobody in there and shit. And then you gonna sit there and wait and pass and then throw the ball. Yeah, I'm gonna drive on, I'm gonna light him up. But you gotta stop doing it. He's gonna get somebody hurt. I've been saying that all season long. He's going to get somebody hurt.
I think that Drake London hit was a little bit worse though. Like that could have been a season-ending injury.
It was
right there. Yeah, that was a horrible play.
It was. And the thing is, I've been saying this.
I thought Drake was done for.
Yeah, I thought it was done for too. I thought he was out of here.
Cause now Isn't there a receiver that y'all remember that used to play for this team that used to get tore up like that because somebody was throwing scuds and missiles and junk and
No, it ain't the same. It ain't the same, John. He was throwing it across the middle. Across the middle was dangerous no matter who the receiver and quarterback is. That was a setup play that he threw. Two totally different ones, John. Don't do my MR2 like that, bruh. Two totally different passes, bruh.
Shoot, hey, but at any rate, go. I ain't calling no names. Let the record
we
show
know
I
who
have
we
not
know who you
called
talk
no
about.
name.
We know who you talk about,
No,
bruh.
no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Two totally different ones.
No, you don't. But you know, back to this play today, though, man. Look, Ritter has fallen on his head, on his neck, all kind of doggone ways trying to catch stuff that Ritter's been throwing. You know, truth be told. All right. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And part of the problem is, and I've been saying it since he started, he's staring at his receiver.
He has zero progression. He has no progression. None.
He does not look around.
None.
You know,
nope.
He don't have no progressive insurance.
No.
Is that what you said? That what you said?
No, I say he has no progression.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, all right.
Yeah, none at all.
Progression. All right, I'm sorry. What hell, Ray? Telling me not to do.
Because we know who you talk about, John. Yeah, we know.
but I mean, look. That's what your quarterback coach supposed to be doing. That's what your quarterback coach is supposed to be doing. Now, okay, I hear now that the quarterback, that Dave Ragone, he's not the quarterback coach, but I hear Dave Ragone upstairs in the booth doing what?
Yeah,
he need to be calling plays.
Sitting there, so you know how they you know how they got the tablet on the sideline. They get the immediate all 22 still picture of the plays or whatever. So David Grown is sitting there watching how the plays break down, and then when Ritter comes to the sideline, he'll talk to him and talk it through. Just have his progression. Supposedly, it ain't happening, but that was supposed to be happening.
So wait a minute. Now they have the Surface tablet. They have that tablet on the sideline too. Because see, I remember them sitting right next to each other with the doggone with the tablet and whatever. I see them right beside each other. Now he's upstairs.
Yeah.
Now, my thing is, what are you serving?
He's supposed to be watching. He's supposed to be watching what the defense doing, and then when as OC.
Okay, so
he's still technically labeled as the OC/QB coach.
So John,
that's what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be telling Ritter,
how I do it. Clearly, I don't sit in a booth because I'm not in the NFL. But generally, I will be in where the announcers are high up, so I can see down on the field. And what you do is you get real-time images and feed, and then you call it down to the sideline, and they have the tablets on the sideline. So they're getting what you just sent to them, and then they relay it to the different players for whatever reason. So like for Dave Ragone, he will be up top watching the game in real time, getting stills and images, and he'll send it from his tablet down to the field. And they'll tell, and whoever down on the field will tell the respective person, all right, this is what we're seeing. This is what you need to do better. Look at this defense. Look at how they're standing. When you see this, do X, Y, and Z. They're giving them real-time feedback on what they're seeing on the field because it's easier to see up top than it is down bottom, clearly. So that's really what that is.
I don't mean to interrupt y'all, but I'm going to go ahead and head out, y'all. It's nice
All right,
being on here
man.
with
All
y'all.
right, DJ.
All right,
Catch y'all
DJ.
next time, man.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
Now, okay, Coach. So who was
Who's it?
upstairs prior to Dave Ragone going upstairs?
That's a good question.
All right,
Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, that Larry. What's going on, Larry?
nobody.
Got your mic on.
I'm about to do the same thing though. I'm about to head out myself. I'm about to
All
go
right,
lay
Wes.
down. I was in the bed
All
at
right,
first.
Winston.
What's going on,
All
Larry?
right.
he on mute. I don't think you know it. You
All
on
right,
mute.
fella.
All right,
Good luck
Winston.
with the rest of the show. All right, fella.
All right, man.
All right,
I
bro.
guess
All right,
Larry's
Winston.
gonna come back. Take it easy, Winston.
Yeah, he came in and went out before. He might be having technical difficulty.
Oh, okay. But okay, now that's my question now. All right. Since Ragone was down on the sidelines, been on the sidelines for this is going on his third year up until they made this change. Who was upstairs?
Yeah,
You
that's a
know,
good question.
I want was anybody from the offensive staff upstairs? Because see now, you know, let me see, you got now Matt Schaub is supposed to be the some type of analyst.
Oh,
got
Matt
it.
Schaub on the payroll still.
Oh, he got a job.
Okay.
He left and then came back as an analyst. And who's that? We got a quarterback coach. No. The former quarterback that's coaching the wide receivers.
Is it Yates?
Yeah, TJ Yates.
TJ Yates.
I think it's TJ Yates. Okay. So of all of the named assistant coaches, who okay now and your defensive coordinator's down on the ground. So
Right, but he has someone doing the same thing up top though. Who that is, I don't know, but he has someone up top. Generally, that's where he should be anyway, is up top.
And now your offensive coordinator, should he be up top? Well, see, with Arthur Smith being the play caller, since they're trying to separate the two jobs, you got a play caller and an offensive coordinator. You know,
A gopher.
yeah, you know, coffee man. He probably know. His joker probably know the best creamers to put in coffee. he ain't no offensive coordinator. Best donuts to dip it in, you know. But hey, Larry, go ahead, man. I've been talking too much, man. Just go ahead, Larry.
Oh no, man. Yeah, I had a lot of technical difficulties. Trying to get some stuff fixed. Everything just went crazy on me for the last 30, 40 minutes. But yeah. Am I glad we won? Yes. Am I satisfied? Hell no. Do I think that the Cowgirls are vulnerable? Yes. I also think that. Now, here's the question, guys. Here's the $1 million question. If we stay on this path of winning these mediocre, with this schedule, mediocre schedule that we got, we already know Arthur Smith's job is safe. We know his job is safe. He has not a care in the world. You know what I'm saying? We could tell by the play calling. Are we really going to go into next season and say, hey, we made it to the playoffs and possibly beat Dallas, the Ritter, really beat them with the defense? Do you think Terry will go for another? Because I had people arguing me down in my stream talking about, we need to go get another wide receiver. For what? Well, it's always 1 and 2 tandem on us. For what? Like, we got a whole bunch of skilled players on this team, and we don't know how to use it. Either our coach don't know how to use them, or maybe they aren't as what we thought they were going to be. Either way, the dysfunction of the worst part of our team is the offense. And the Jizza is in charge of that. I mean, make it make sense, bro. Like, I definitely want to win because especially when the Saints lose, we win. It don't look that bad as we know we're not a really good team at all. We're the king of the poop right now, the NFC South. We know that. But could we do what Carolina did and mortgage whatever picks or whatever we have and either go get Verse or the big kid out of Texas, I forget his last name, Devondre something, big number 93. He caught a catch in that Texas. Now, he's not a pass rusher, but he's a Jordan Davis type. You either got to have that dog on the outside, or you got to have somebody that's going to super command the double team. Or do you go for your quarterback? It's so many potential type quarterbacks coming in the draft. I would just, go get the quarterback. If you can make it to the playoffs with Ritter and this coach, then surely someone with franchise potential can do better. I don't know, man. I'm at a crossroads right now, man, because we're winning, but is it fool's gold? That's my question.
Absolutely.
I think it's fool's gold, man.
Absolutely, it is.
But we might get to the playoffs and host a playoff game, and we have a good chance to win. Because we saw Dallas lose the Cardinals like we did. But they got blown out by the Cardinals. Like slap blown out on the road. So there's a good possibility, guys. If we keep playing these teams and everything is paid. This season right here, I kind of almost accounted to. No, I can't really account anything to this. This is like the worst or the easiest schedule we ever had, and we're still struggling with it. And I need to see my play caller draw some plays that actually take advantage of teams in different situations. Like you said earlier, Tidy, we got too many formations that are bunched up, and they all going to the same place. Like either they don't know the play, or you got two read and react options in the same area. That's a no-no. They both gonna go to the same place. I saw the safety up top checking two people coming across the middle. Matter of fact, the routes was ran lazily too. But still, I saw it. I'm like, you played right into their hand. And I keep seeing plays like that. And I'm like, we get single high safety. We draw down the strong safety to stop the run. And we don't make this safety do no decision. We don't make the free safety make any decision because we run routes right into them.
Well, Larry, see, these look, and I got to be honest with you, these look like plays that an offensive lineman would draw up.
I will say
that would look like. Look like plays that an ex-offensive lineman would draw up. Okay, nothing intricate. Because see, if I was offense coordinator, man, I run the run and shoot. I run the run and shoot and alternate running backs. Spread them out. What was the famous saying they used to always say on 92.9? Spread them out and pound them. Hey, because see, just like Larry said, okay, if we have a 5 wide receiver set, man, them jokers are almost hugging each other on the line of scrimmage. Everybody all bunched up right here instead of spreading these jokers out. Instead of spreading them.
You can run bunch. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to run bunch. to get a mismatch which way, but you have two players running the same way. It need to be a goal, somebody cutting in on the 7, somebody going out on the 7.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna do that, they need to be in different directions. You can't be running a curl and then a slant and then a post going the same
in the
direction.
same on the
they
same
run into
side,
each
bro.
other.
Like they like it's easy to like if you run in that and a linebacker just step back in, yeah, really throwing into double coverage because you basically drew up the play for two players to carry that way. Oh, I got coverage on it.
Well,
I ain't trying to give him an excuse. But yeah, go ahead, Coach. My bad.
No, it's all right. I will say one of those plays I will actually defend because it is a good play. We just executed poorly. So again, that does fall on the coach. But that high-low slant is actually a good play. But the spacing is terrible. They're within 5 yards of each other. There should be a good 10-yard gap in between them, and you should have Drake London. You should have Kyle Pitts on the low and Drake London on the high. And conventional thinking, that will be the way you draw it up. But that play is actually a great play. But yeah, you're right. The spacing is all wrong. It's totally all wrong.
Yeah, formational spacing is all wrong. And it's not even before you hike the ball. When you hike the ball, it's right. The depth is what you're talking about. The depth of the route.
Right, the depth of the route.
To make that safety and that linebacker choose.
Right, have to choose. Right. Yes. Absolutely.
Agreed.
But the spacing is wrong. You have them going once they actually start slanting. Like prime example, the pick that happened, I believe it was in the end zone, and it was the same play, a high-low slant. But they were right there bunched up on each other. What they should have did was maybe. I don't know how he actually had it drawn out for them to run, but maybe one person run 5 slant and one person run 7, 8, 9 and then slant, or maybe 10 and then slant. I think 10 would be kind of too long because by that time he's way ahead of you. But you know what I'm saying? You have one run a certain amount of yards and the second one run a certain amount of yards slant. So they're both genuinely not in the same vicinity, but like you said, you making the defensive backs have to choose which one they're going to go to. But yeah, I think that play was poor execution, but you're right. It could have just been drawn up trash. But can I answer Ms. B real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Ms. B, so I'm not saying that our defense is not good. What I'm saying is, one, we're playing trash quarterbacks. So the glaring weakness that I see in the fact that we don't run the 3-4 correctly is not getting exploited as much. Week in and week out, we come in here and we say, and Larry and Tyler can attest to this. We talked about it one day and I was like, nah, it's not them. Week in and week out, we come in here and we talk about how, AJ Terrell got cooked or how this person got cooked or how that person got cooked because they're getting wide open, deep passes. We run a 3-4. That is, without getting super technical, that should be the perfect defense to run for the deep ball. You really can't draw up a better defense than that, than maybe a prevent for a deep ball. The fact that they're getting cooked that bad in 3-4 by trash ass quarterbacks, to me, is the issue with the with the defensive coordinator not using the 4-3 correctly. So no, I'm not saying our defense is trash. We have excellent people on defense. We will be much better on defense and wouldn't be getting cooked as much if he ran it correctly. Once we play dang, I can't think of his name, quarterback for the Cowboys. Once we play one of them, once we play one of them, or once we play Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy or any above average quarterback, they are going to shred us and show that glaring weakness that is right there on the field. So that's what I'm saying. It's not where the defense is trash. It's the scheme is being run very, very poorly.
Is it scheme or no pass rush?
So again, that goes with the scheme, because in the 3-4, typically, and I didn't want to get into this, I want to get into it tomorrow, but typically you have, what you want to do is have your outside linebackers blitz, or your inside. You want your linebackers to blitz. That's what you want to do. But we're not blitzing them at all. We're just running with 3 straight linemen. So that is why they have all the time in the world to sit back in the pocket and tear us to pieces. Yeah, we're not running. If the only time that should happen is if we run a 3-4 and we run cover 4. But even then, you want your safeties to you would then call for one of your safeties to blitz. You don't ever want to leave your lineman on the island like that against 5 people, just 3. They're never going to get the quarterback, no matter who. It doesn't matter who you put. Warren Sapp out there, he's not going to ever reach the quarterback with just 3 linemen.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I seen our quarterback get sacked by 3 linemen today.
Well, I mean, that's a different story. You know, that's that's a different story, bro. You know what I mean?
It didn't happen once McGann went out, though. I will say that.
Right. That lets you know what the issue is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Typically that never, in a perfect world, that would never happen. Is what I'm saying.
I feel you.
That ain't. Yeah, that ain't what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. You got way too many to block. And even with putting, and I said this in the Bird Gang, even with putting the outside lineman on the line, which you then effectively make it a 4-3, you still need to run inside linebacker or some other linebacker, because you want to overload that line. You want to get to the quarterback. Just putting the outside linebacker on the line, it's still 4 on 5. You know what I mean? Like you're taking away what works in the 4-3, and it just blows my mind that someone get paid millions of dollars. I'm not getting paid crap. Like, I'm broke as hell. You make billions of dollars. How can I see this? You can't. It blows my mind. It really does.
And that's something I noticed. Now, we will put 4 down linemen back there. Might be a linebacker there, but next thing you know, they rushing 3. Not getting that damn bit of pressure on them. Folk just standing, just
somebody drop back in coverage.
Right. Well, that's what the base package is 3-4. You're supposed to have 3 on the line, but you put 4 on the line with a linebacker with the intention of blitzing. You don't just put them on the line to just put them on the line. You either disguise it and wait for right before a snap for him to come up, or you just leave him back. But you don't just put him on the line, because once you put him on the line, the offensive line knows, okay, I have to block him. Also, but there's a catch-22 in that, because putting him on the line, which I could see sometimes, putting him on the line disguises your coverage. So your offensive line says, hey, we got 4 guys on the line. You know, they start doing their different checks, but then you drop him back into coverage, and bam, now it's just 3 on the line. And you know what I'm saying? You disguise your play. So now your quarterback probably maybe throws a slant because he thinks it's a blitz, or, you know, he throws a quick out route because he thinks it's a blitz, and your man done drop back into coverage. Now you got an easy interception. You see what I'm saying? But you don't just put a linebacker on the line in the 3-4 for the sake of just putting him on the line. Like Bud got through today, but I mean, as we've seen, we're not getting no pressure. None, 0, because we're not running it correctly. There is never an inside linebacker blitz. There's never, I can't recall ever seeing a safety blitz. There's no blitzing, and you're effectively neutering your 3-4 defense, which is why guys are wide open down the field. I'm talking, we've seen them all year, 30, 40-yard bombs. And then you're like, well, where was he at? Well, it's a incorrect ran play. That's what it is. You don't run man out of a 3-4 if you can help it. A 3-4 is designed by design to be more of a zone defense because you slant your what's the word? See, now I'm talking about, I can't think of my damn word. You curl your defensive players. They don't run straight. You know, if you have your we don't use no guard in the NFL, but you have your end. Your end could either run around the tackle or he can run through the guard. Like, you have different slants for your defensive lineman. And with doing that, that makes the offensive line have to account for him, which then in turns leaves a wide open lane for your inside linebacker to run straight through. But we do not do that. And it's baffling to me, the glaring weakness. So to Larry, your point, I was going to say, I don't know about drafting a rusher or a defensive guy, because if we continue this way, he's not going to be used. He's not going to be utilized correctly. I think we just go for a quarterback and just let it do what it do, basically, or else get out of this, defense.
Coach,
yes, sir.
Real talk. Who's the worst coach, Nielsen or Arthur Smith? Go.
Say that again, Larry.
Who's the worst coach? Because you don't like Ryan Nielsen. Because I think he's the one.
It's not that I don't like him.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, he's underutilizing. He's underutilizing. You feel like we have the talent on defense. I feel like we don't. I feel like in the secondary we do, but the front seven, I like Jessie. Oh, you know what I'm saying? We don't have. I mean, right now, we don't have a semblance of pass rush. We don't have anyone that commands a double team. Sometimes Calais, when they put him in the middle, I think they need to put him in the middle more, so he can disrupt things in the middle. But we don't have that disruptor. We don't have a Lodinata in the middle to run 3-4 correctly. We don't have that big space eater. That's why Jordan Davis actually should have been a more key point to a 3-4 than even Jalen Carter. Because he space, and that's why he's doing well, because Jordan Davis starts and he knows how to play off of Jordan Davis. Now, it didn't give him a hell of beans against San Francisco, because they wanted their get back. But again, when you run a defense like that, I feel you need like the big parade Jerry that we had before. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But, I mean, just better. But
Dontari
Poe. Yeah, Dontari Poe.
Oh my God,
dude. You know what I'm saying? We need that.
I'm still sad that he didn't work out.
Yeah, but
you're absolutely right.
We need that dude in the middle, and that's why I was talking about the guy out of Texas, number 93. He reminds me of like Diet Cola version of Jordan Davis. He would fit this defense, but again, a lot of people not gonna like that. Or the offensive lineman out of Penn State. Bob McGarry, deuces, and he really a left guard. He can play there, and you can just cut your losses with him. Or whatever you're gonna do with Jake, he can play on right guard for a while till Jake retire. That contract go out, you can excuse him up out of there, but people ain't gonna like that. You know,
right?
If the quarterback is there, I agree. If the quarterback is there, if Penix or Jalen Daniels, I think Penix is I like Penix arm talent more than Drake May. That's just me.
See,
that's me.
Two things I would
like Jaden Daniels on just raw talent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think he got the most upside, so I would take a chance on him first and foremost.
Two things real quick. I've been a huge component of staying away from Penix because he's one injury away from not even ever to walk again. Like, you know, I know any injury is a bad injury, but with 2 ACL injuries already, I can't. I don't want to see my team put that much stock into a quarterback. That's me personally. But to your point, you're absolutely correct. And again, that's why I'm saying I have issues with our defensive coordinator because yes, you if you're going to run a 3-4, you want to have the big ham hog dudes up front that command two people. You want to have in your middle linebackers, you want to have speedy backs. You want to have bigger backs in your inside linebackers, and you want the speedy linebackers on the outside because they're going to have to protect. They're going to have to go against the tight ends and the slot receivers. So all the way around with the guys that we have, I don't think a 3-4 is what this team should be in the first place because we just don't have the personnel to make it work correctly anyway. So that again, it comes to my issue with him. And to answer your question about the coach, I don't know, bro. That's a hard one. I guess if you ask me with my fan hat, I would say Arthur Smith. But if you ask me with my coach hat, because this is what I go to school for, I study for, like it would have to be the defensive coordinator if I put on my coach hat because it is glaring issues that I cannot believe a coach being paid millions of dollars does not see, or if he does, he doesn't rectify. I don't know.
Hey, Coach.
I don't know what it is.
Now let me ask you this: were we good in a 3-4 when we had Grady Jarrett out there, or has this deteriorated since he's not there?
Well, no, it hasn't. It's deteriorated a little bit because Grady Jarrett is a big presence, but the issues were still there from the beginning of the season. Like, the one that stands out to me is I cannot remember what game it was. It was one of the earlier games, but AJ Terrell got cooked for like 50 yards. I think it was like 50 yards. Like he threw it all the way down to damn near the goal line on one of the very first plays of the game. I can't remember which one it was. That's what perked my thinking. And I said weeks back when we all had, I think it was like a Friday when we all was in together, that maybe our defensive coordinator is the issue and not AJ Terrell getting cooked, and not everybody was happy with that, but I didn't have the evidence at the time. It just sparked my interest because I was like, damn, AJ got cooked like that. Like, how? But over the weeks, I've been watching, and today is where it really clicked on me watching today's game when I was watching them, like, hold on, we're in 3-4. Why is this? And I mean, as you can see, just over the top. If we had played a better quarterback, we would have lost today.
Yeah.
Absolutely lost today.
Lost by a sizable amount too.
Absolutely, we would have lost today.
Okay. Now what I specifically wanted to deal with, defensive line, because I've always been a proponent of getting somebody from the islands. Okay.
I said it too. Get you a big Samoan up in there. Yep.
Yeah. Either somebody from the SEC or somebody from the Ring of Fire. Those two places that can anchor demands a double team. As long as you get a double team on the defensive line there, you make it easier on blitzing linebackers or whatever, because I remember the Falcons, with their little lightweight defensive line we used to have, poor safety or cornerback that comes in trying to blitz. There was all four defensive line would be occupied, and there would be somebody, whether it be the center or whether it be one of the guards, that would always be open, and they pick up that poor little old 190-pound safety, 170-pound cornerback, and doom him to where he can't even play for two plays, because he pick him up. When he picks him up, he picks him up. Bang.
Right.
And
right.
He done. He done for two plays. He got to come out, because we didn't create any double teams. And Dontari Poe, now you all were talking about Dontari Poe, and us in our infinite wisdom, we put him on a weight clause.
That's what it was. Right.
And that man had a set weight for him to be. Now the man was doing fine out there in Kansas City at the way that he was playing, but we got him here, and we were paying that man money to lose weight because we didn't want nothing big. It was that fast and physical era, you know.
Right. Well,
he just wanted people just running out. Yeah. So
I think at that time we was running a 4-3, but to answer what you said about, you know, the center, but again, that is why it's so important to not put I don't know why I keep saying an outside linebacker on the line. Basically, what you want to do is you want them to hike the ball. You want the three guys to take up all 5 of the guys. Basically, you want them to double team those 3 guys, and when they do that, your backs have an open lane straight to the quarterback. But when you put offensive lineman on the line and straight up and make him and effectively turn your 3-4 into a 4-3, then he's going to get picked up. Now they know what you're running. You know what I'm saying? And any inside linebacker, outside linebacker that you shoot through there, the extra man is going to pick up. That's you're saying exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. That's why you don't effectively put them on the line. But I mean, again, people gonna kill me and say, "Oh, yes, you do. They do it all the time." Yes, you can put one of your linebackers on the line. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying people don't. What I'm saying is to run a 4-3 effectively, you don't want to do that. If you do, you're going to either blitz him or he's going to come up and disguise the package and the coverage and fall back. That's generally what most of the time you put a linebacker on the line to do. He's going to fall back. Generally, he's going to fall back. You don't want to put him on the line and then try to blitz him, because what's going to happen? He's going to get picked up by the tight end, or the line is going to shift or block down. You know what I mean? You're going to destroy your play before it even gets crunk up.
And see if that
MW, that will be what I would do. I would switch to a 4-3. If that's how we want to play with the people we have currently, I would most definitely switch to a 4-3. I wouldn't attempt a 3-4. That's what that's what I'm saying. He should know this.
Well,
is the entire panel, John? Larry and Coach already said they want to go back to 4-3. What's your preference in defense package, John?
Man, I see either way would work for me with the proper personnel. That's the only caveat for me. Proper personnel for whatever defense you're going to run. Now, and I've been saying that we definitely needed a doggone tractor trailer truck right there at that nose tackle. You need a tractor trailer. You need diesel burning vehicles all the way across that defensive line, especially at the nose tackle, because you remember when Albert Hainsworth didn't want to go to Washington, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't want to leave Washington to go to the team because they were going to try to make him a nose tackle.
Yeah. And
the thing was, he knew what the job of a nose tackle was. You gonna get double and triple team. I need somebody that's gonna get double and triple team and be okay with it. Okay. I mean, if you're gonna run the 3-4, the nose tackle is, I would say, the anchor of the defensive line. Because he is going. He's not supposed to be trying to get sacks. If he gets one, he gets one.
No, right. His whole job. His whole job is to.
No, I'm saying there's a reason why Ray Lewis, they put Tony Siragusa in front of him, and then when he tragically passed, they went ahead. He didn't pass, and they got rid of him and got Haloti Ngata. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they knew the formula. Keep Ray clean. Get you a big space eater right there, and he can go. Same thing with Pittsburgh Steelers, Harrison. a dog, one of the strongest individuals in NFL history. You know what I'm saying? Probably him and Larry Allen, him on defense and Larry Allen for the Cowboys in the 90s. Two strongest gentlemen that ever played football. You put Harrison in the middle of the defense. What are you doing? Double, triple teaming. Why do you think that? That's why I wanted Carter. Someone who can disrupt the defense, even if he's not that so-called pass rusher. He loves taking on the double team, and he'll beat them.
Yeah, he beat him.
So, and he beat him too, so consistently. So for me, man, I know people say, "Oh, the PFF grades they lie." No, they don't, man. When you watch the games, it's just that you have to be able to. If you're gonna have a 3-4, you have to have a dominant guy like that. Now, has the overall continuity of the line broken down more because Grady is gone? Yes. But again, even Grady is an undersized D tackle.
Yes.
And Grady's excellent.
Is.
Grady is excellent. But we need a house in there that's going to, demand a double team, bro. To run a 3-4, you got to have somebody right there, line up over the center. And hey, guess what? One of them guards got to come. Hey, bro, you got to come help me. It's
Absolutely.
Hand time. It's holding hand time. But we don't have that. That's why we can't really get any pressure because it's literally not designed to do that.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
And Larry, you make such a great point when you say the design of that nose tackle, and then you also mention the fact, well, that's why we can't get any pressure. And then you say, well, Jalen Carter loves taking on a double team. It's all a domino effect. It compounds and works together. And people say, well, Jalen Carter ain't got but 4 sacks. To me, that let me know you don't understand how it really
You don't
works.
understand.
Right.
See, your defensive line, depending upon, you got to decide whether your defensive line going to get sacks or whether your linebackers going to get sacks. One of the two. Okay.
Well, in a 3-4, generally your linebackers are going to be your linebackers are going to be your sack kings.
It's 4 of them.
Yeah.
It's 4 of them.
Or your safety, Palomalo.
Again, but you got to blitz them though. You can't keep them in the backfield.
But you have to. But look how I see why they don't blitz them more on Jessie Bates. But man,
yeah, I understand. He's such a dominant back in the back. Yeah, he is. And this is why
Helms can do it.
And this is why it hurts me to my core to this day. And y'all, I know, Tidy, you definitely know. I loved. I know he ain't did shit since he left, but I wish we could have paid him to keep him. Big O. I wish Big O was here right now because this defense, I believe, will be set off, and that's a Lua Khan. If we had been able to keep Big O, I think Big O will have this defense on fire. He will be
set good in Jacksonville right now. He doing good.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't fall off.
I know last I checked, he had fell off. Was it maybe his first year gone? I think he didn't play as good. Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, but if we had kept him,
we knew he was good, but what happened, Larry? I think it was
we couldn't pay him.
$15 million.
Yeah, right, we couldn't pay him.
We couldn't pay him.
But they already paid him.
Those two, that dead cap, he had to go.
Yeah, we couldn't pay him. I'm saying, I wish there was, in the perfect world, I would have loved to have kept him.
Hey, we got Troy Anderson.
But like I said, all the points you're making are valid as to why we should never run a 3-4.
Exactly, just like you said, Ty. Who?
Tell Miss B, no, we do not have a nose tackle.
We do not have the elements to run a 3-4. We do not have the elements to run it.
So we are running a hybrid or whatever, one of those flexes.
POS, a hybrid
Yeah.
POS is exactly what we run.
Yeah.
And any competent quarterback is going to shred. Mark my words. I don't want to see it happen, but I'm telling you, any competent quarterback is going to shred this defense.
Mm-hmm. Because see, you can't heat him up. You can't heat a quarterback up the way that you need to. Because see, when you have them making quick decisions or whatever. Now these just like you said, these quote unquote, well, I call them trash quarterbacks too. When they have little time and they don't know where the pressure's coming from and they're not used to that. Hey, these jokers, sometimes they'll get lucky and complete a pass or whatever. But up against a better defense, one that can put some pressure on them, like we've been experiencing, hey, can't do nothing. Can't do nothing.
Prime example why this defense don't work is what was that? The Cardinals game. Well, old boy was just running all over us because the scheme is trash. It is literally trash, man. It's horrible. It's horrible. And I don't.
Terry has no power, guys.
You don't think
I
he
don't
has
think
any
he
at
has.
all?
So I don't think so.
What'd you say, Larry?
Terry has zero power.
Terry
is there to do the books, make sure that all the salary cap and stuff like that is good. At first, I was thinking maybe Arthur Smith didn't want these players because he don't know how to use them. But now, when you was playing like you was prior to just getting this win and the past 2 wins, and you look at it, and Arthur Blank say, "Oh no, he's good. Not only he's good, he'll be back next year." That shows me that Arthur Smith has to control.
Okay.
If I'm going into my last season as a GM, why can't I raise my hand and say, I don't want this dude here anymore? I don't want to risk my first GM job on Arthur Smith. Why can't I raise my hand and say that? No one ever asked Terry what his opinion was on it, but they know he ain't the one to talk to.
He not now. Wait a minute, Larry. Do you think that man will actually tell them in public, in mixed public?
No. What I'm saying is the question was never even asked. As a reporter, you figure out who you need to ask and you address the question to them. Terry Fontenot has not responded to one question about Arthur Smith's longevity on this team.
Have they asked him?
Why would Mark Bradley go to basically Arthur Blank to get his scoop instead of Terry Fontenot? Did you hear anything about intimating that Terry Fontenot wanted this coach or not? No. But my point is, he's a king dog.
Okay, now my point is,
no testing.
If that question was asked,
smooth.
If that question was asked to Terry Fontenot,
no hair.
What about the no hair?
Hey, wait a minute now. Come on now.
Oh, what the problem? hey, Larry, just because you still got your
get him, John.
Just because you
him and coach up there laughing.
Hey, look, the Falcons did this to me. I'm a fan. I'm in deep. I can't turn around. The Falcons did this.
Hey man, I'm
see. Hey, I told you.
It's coming.
I'm trying to tell you now.
It's
so
coming.
I can't turn back around. Hey, coach, you better watch it too. You see that little hole starting back there? You better jump on it quick. But my question is, okay. I'm going to say this, Larry. I don't think that question can be asked without some problems developing, whether it's answered or not. I don't think you can ask Terry Fontenot that question.
I don't think he has the right to answer that question. And that's a bad place to be if you're a GM.
Well, wait a minute. What you mean by right to?
He didn't hire. Who got hired, man? Everyone want to play semantics
we know,
with who got hired first, but it's true.
Okay.
Let me jump in real quick, guys. I will say this. This is traditionally how the Falcons have always operated. If you really pay attention, the GM do not talk during the season. The GM only come out before the season and after the season. When the regular season start, the GM always go into a shell. It was the same with Dimitrov. They don't never talk during the season. It got to be something very special going on. They had to trade for somebody real big. But outside of that, with the Falcons organization, the GM don't do no talking.
Hold on. Dimitrov used to come on 929 or 790. You sure about that?
Yeah, he did come on.
He used to come on. Okay. Yes, he did.
During the season?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
During the season, the GM did come on.
Yes, he did.
But that question you asking, Larry, that question was never asked. They have never asked that type of question.
Oh, they asked Thomas Dimitrov about Mike Smith's job, flat out.
Wait a minute.
We forgot about Coach Smith and Dimitrov saying we're going to evaluate everything, you know what I'm saying, after the season. No, like everybody forgot that. Oh wow. My bad.
No.
Maybe I paid too close attention.
We must have forgot it. Bad memories fade real quick.
Now,
I think that's kind of
Dan
like
Quinn. They were asking Dan Quinn. Now I feel you on that title. Like after that, he already got neutered. Like Dimitrov.
Yeah, we had those 7 general managers.
Yeah, exactly. We talked about that last night, John.
So after that, you know what I'm saying, there was too many cooks in the kitchen. But Mike Smith era, that right there, Dimitrov had for, you know, that's a coach that I'm saying that he agreed to because they hired Dimitrov. They didn't hire Mike Smith before they hired Dimitrov. That's the only coach. The only GM that was hired before the coach in the Arthur Blank era was Dimitrov. They got Dimitrov in here and said, okay, who do you want? Because that's the whole fiasco with Petrino and all that. You know what I'm saying? We get Dimitrov in here and we say, okay, well, pick your coach. Or I got a line of coaches I want to talk to. You sort them out, Dimitrov. Who do you like the most? And then I'll talk to him. Instead of Rich McKay hitting the firm or whatever they do, you know. So
now,
I don't know, man. I don't think he has any power, guys. I really don't. Ultimately, I think this is Arthur Smith team and what he wants. And I'm almost to the point that I hate to say it, but
how could that be though? I mean, Arthur Smith's resume just is not decorated enough where you can give him so much authority on the team. I mean, if we being honest, Fontenot has a more decorated resume in NFL experience.
Tighter. I'm not even gonna step on that landmine. People can figure out what they want to. I see John leaning back in his chair right now.
So he's thinking now.
No, I'm thinking.
I told you.
You know, now one thing y'all guys got to understand about me now. Now, I would throw facial expressions out there like like landmines, and I'll be thinking completely different from the facial expression I throw to you. Okay. That's how I win poker games.
Yeah, poker face.
But now, Larry, I'm taking everything into consideration that everybody is saying, and one thing I will grant you is convoluted. The whole process is convoluted because every time we hire a coach, we put a firm in place. This is the story we get, that a firm is or a group of people, they're tasked to hire the head coach or make recommendations for head coach. This is what I always hear. Okay. It came up this time, Arthur Smith's name, because supposedly he was supposed to be one of the hot coordinators or whatever. And some people had said he was a guru prior to us hiring him. You know, that name, that moniker was being tossed about. We get him first, and the excuse was that Fontenot was already quote unquote hired, but we couldn't get him because New Orleans was still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
If I'm not correct.
You're correct, sir. That's what they said.
Okay, now that's what they said.
Yeah.
Now, as I have said many times before, I'm always a proponent of the general manager or president being the figurehead. You know, president, because I always use the example of the Mara family up in New York, where they hired George Young as president and told George Young, I want a Super Bowl within 5 years. All right. Okay. George Young goes and get Bill Parcells. Okay. Tells Bill Parcells, I want one in 4 years. You know, so, and you never saw Wellington Mara at all until the Lombardi Trophy presentation. All right, yeah, I'd like to, you know, they are a great
normally
bunch of
that's
guys,
what
good. Then he goes away.
Yeah, that's what normally what the good organizations do.
Yeah, he goes away.
You don't hear none from the Roonies until they go in there, except for one of those championships they get. They're not standing on the sidelines looking like a mobster with his arms folded.
Yeah, or him or Jerry Jones. Because see, you remember that's what Bill Parcells fell out with Jerry Jones about.
Yeah.
Because Jerry Jones always come down there on the sidelines.
It's my sidelines.
Yeah. You know, hey man, I don't need you down here.
Same with
it's
Jimmy
subverting
Johnson.
Authority, man. I agree with Coach. That's subverting your authority. Players feel like either consciously or subconsciously, they can run to the owner.
Because you remember when they were getting ready to fire, we talked about this Friday night, when Dan Quinn was about to get fired, Arthur Blank came down on the field, patted him on the back,
kissed him down.
Yeah, you got that red towel.
Yeah,
that's busy.
That's firing time.
That firing suit on. He had that firing
red tie with that gray with them black pinstripes.
Yeah,
that's firing time right there, bro.
That Botany 500 special.
Do y'all feel the same way with Arthur Blank sitting in on head coaches' press conferences? After game press conferences.
Yes. Yeah.
Is he there?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, he there.
Yeah,
you didn't know that?
No, see, I just stopped listening to what Arthur Smith had to say, and I stopped looking at it. I just stopped.
Okay.
I just stopped looking at it.
Yeah, I don't watch him. I don't watch him either.
Yeah,
I don't even want to hear
it. And see, now, do they try to get some questions asked to Arthur Blank while he's sitting there?
No, he's just there observing.
I don't think he take questions. He probably tell them that beforehand. They never even broach him with questions. No, you know, somebody like that, he got a publicist, and they gonna let you know beforehand whether or not he gonna answer any questions.
He'll set up his own.
Or he'll set up his own.
Yep. Okay, now, how long has Arthur Blank been in Arthur Smith's press conferences?
He's in all the press conferences.
And I'm talking about, was he in there last year?
From my knowledge, I don't think Arthur Blank misses many press conference. Period.
The after game press conference.
Since he's been here, yeah.
Dan Quinn, Mike Smith, he's be at everybody press conference.
Yeah, he be standing in the side. They just don't ask many questions, like Toddy said.
Okay.
Because I will give Dimitrov one thing. He came out and told on Rich Eisen. He said, Arthur Blank come out here and tell the media, and tell the people, I don't like to interfere. I let my football people do football things. I just stand back. That's how I did at Home Depot. I hired the guys that I feel like can do the job, and I let them do the job. Dimitrov was like, "No, we had to answer to it, to Arthur."
He was like,
You
he
know what I'm
also was
saying?
like, but
I
that's
said, make it work. You know what I'm saying? That's why we designed those contracts. You know, I didn't want to do those contracts per se,
right.
but when your owner say, get it done, he's the one writing your checks. So get it done. So, but the way I designed it, if they ever was going to be traded, it was going to be horrible. You know what I'm saying? And that would give them the security, like, no way they trade me. That's why they designed this. You know, any lawyer or any agent look at this deal, be like, oh, this deal mean they want you to stay. Because it's horrible for them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, he say he don't interfere. We know that's a bold-faced lie. That's why I said that Terry don't have inter power. Not any. Inter. Now. No. He's there for the and that's kind of what happened to Dimitrov near the end. He giving his coaches more power than his GMs. It's dysfunctional.
Yeah, because okay, and to your point, Larry, both of these people, this is their first stint in their jobs.
That's another thing, man. I'm tired of these first-time coaches, bro.
Yeah.
How many more first-time coaches you gonna have? Mike Smith worked out, but I mean, in actuality, that was like a shot in the dark. And even then, Dimitrov picked him, so at least your GM had a say in that. These other coaches ain't had no say.
Real quick, let me ask you guys this, not to go off in the weeds, but Larry, you just said something, and I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, man, I want to ask, but I don't feel like arguing with nobody.
Man, go ahead and argue.
No. You said you said you tired of the first year head coaches, right? Not many coaches out there have experience. But one guy kept popping up in my head. I was like, you know what? I actually will be on board with hiring him. What do you guys feel like if by chance he got fired tomorrow and they said this is going to be our new head coach? What would you guys feel? How would you guys feel about Rex? Me personally, I think I think he could do something with this team.
You said Rex Ryan?
Rex, he's an analyst now. He was.
Rex Ryan, Buddy Ryan's brother. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the coach for the Jets.
Yeah.
I think he's good where he's at right now.
Now,
I feel like once you've been out of the
he's
game,
good where he's at, bro. But look, listen to my thinking though.
Go ahead.
That's true, but listen though. Look at what he did. Look at what he did with a garbage Sanchez though. You don't think he could come in here and clean up?
With Sanchez.
I mean, I know he won't. I know he won't, but I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I think there's a reason why him or John Gruden or name another coach that's been in the media for so long and then come back and or they doing some tomfoolery with Jeff Saturday, who never been a coach, but just because he played, he was in the media. No, they're in the media for a reason. No.
But I mean, any coach you get that has experience is either going to not be in the league currently, or is going to be a coach that get fired. There are no more free coaches with experience out there.
Well, maybe we just need to get better pickers then.
You got.
I don't know.
Now, I'm going to tell you one that I would have taken, and it wouldn't have been we would have had to arguing about it, and that would have been Lovie Smith. When the Bears turned Lovie Smith loose with a winning record, should have hired that man.
And Brian LaFleur is out there, and he ain't got a head coaching job. But again, I'm not stepping on no landmines. Because people getting their feelings about certain things when it can be blatantly obvious to me, but oblivious to others. Uh, People hire who they know, who they feel comfortable with, who they trust.
We haven't proven that. We ain't proved that. Not us.
But here's the lies the thing, man, and the problem. Arthur Blank falls in love with the meeting, with the interview. He's an interviewer. He loves that part of it. He probably loved that part of it at Home Depot. He needs to remove himself personally from that. Like everybody coming in and, you know, going to kiss the ring at the palatial spot over there off West Paces. You know what I'm saying?
Tuxedo Road.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He over there?
Yeah, that's one of his spots.
That's one of his palaces.
Oh, okay. Now Miss B asked a good question.
What about Harbaugh? I wouldn't mind Harbaugh, actually.
I wouldn't mind Harbaugh.
I wouldn't mind Harbaugh.
Yeah, that's a good. Now, you know, I had forgotten about him.
Because he's still coaching.
But he cheats. He a cheater.
Hey, that's what we need in Atlanta. We need some rule breakers.
What's
the old saying? If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying to win.
Now, see, the
only thing I would say about Harbaugh is
can't say it.
He might wear on the organization. I don't think he would put up with Arthur Blank looking over his shoulder like that. You feel me? He might. I think Jim Harbaugh would have something to say about somebody coming on my side. I mean, remember, he got fired from San Francisco because he wasn't getting along with the organization, guys.
Yeah, I remember that.
He wasn't marching that straight line.
I thought it was because he wouldn't condemn Kaepernick. I thought it was more of a Kaepernick thing.
Well, that's the coach sticking up for his players,
right? I think it was more of a Kaepernick thing.
I don't think it was a Kaepernick thing. He also was competitive with his front office.
Right. I think that's what deteriorated his relationship with the front office, is he wouldn't condemn Kaepernick. Because remember, he was fired a year later. Well, basically the second season after Kaepernick left, I believe he was fired. I think it was 2 years.
I can feel you on that politics type of thing. You know what I'm saying? That was a real volatile situation back then.
Right. I think that's what did it.
But now it's all right.
But again,
shit, boy, I tell you.
Because they can make it. Because they can make a buck off of it.
Yeah, it's all right now. I can wear some cleats with some messages on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, I tell you.
What I'll say, exactly, dig through the weeds. You know what I'm saying? What I will say is I think he will instill some type of system and culture here. Because remember, before Harbaugh came back, San Francisco was on a deep low, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they wasn't winning. I mean, it was a long time until they got Jim Harbaugh to come.
20-year stretch.
It was a long time since they were like relevant, man. So I look at Jim Harbaugh, I say, okay, I don't know if we can lure him away from, you know what I'm saying, because he is a Michigan man. You know, I don't think he would leave. That's like a downgrade, to be honest, to come to the Falcons. To being the king.
Yeah, I don't think he'll leave either.
But with the school not really backing him fully and, you know, tiptoeing that line between, hey, we want to capitulate to the NCAA and whatever, yada yada yada, about him possibly getting suspended. But once they showed that other evidence they had, oh yeah, no, you got to sit down. He still didn't take too lightly. You saw him when the Big Ten commissioner was up there trying to hand the trophy. He said, no, let my assistant coach who's been coaching, let him get it. No. He said the kid who got hurt, he held up the trophy. And normally, coach come up there, commissioner say, great job, coach. The team won. He was up there, but he didn't go up there. He was up, and then it was like, hey, coach, come on up here. And it was so awkward. It was just like, he came up, and he went right by the dude, don't even look at him. Dude had his hand out. He went right to him, went to the interview. And he was looking like, okay, I guess I got to get off off of there, off the stage. So I think he would clash with Arthur Blank. I don't think he would take too kindly to Arthur Blank being in all his press conferences. Just, hey, you need to have a weekly meeting with me. I don't know the inner workings of the NFL team, but what I do know is the other team that I heard that give like weekly updates to an owner outside of Jerry Jones, it's like the Panthers. Do we want to model our team?
Oh, that's a waste of time.
But see, that's my point.
That's my point. Well, I'm going to say this. Now, a heart-to-heart conversation after say for instance, you identified 3 or 4 candidates to be head coach. All right. Number one, the general manager needs to run that. Okay. General manager needs to be responsible for that. President of football operations needs to be responsible for that. Okay. Now, when you meet with the owner and, you got to lay these things down and get this ironed out from Jump Street before you take the job. Okay. These things that need to be taken care of before you even accept the job. Look, I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Okay. I've been charged to win, just like I was saying about George Young and Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
Look, I'm here to help you win football games. I run this team on the field. I coordinate everything, whatever. All right. Now, I don't need any interference from you or from this person, from that person. The buck stops with me. All right. That's the way you got to have it. It's just like I was telling y'all about the Hawks with Trae Young. Hey, you're not supposed to have no avenue to go up the back steps and talk to the owner behind my back without even giving me the courtesy of talking to me first.
That's the NBA culture. That's different. That's been happening since Magic Johnson did it in the 80s.
Well, see, this is the thing. That's the
NBA culture.
Now, I don't know of anybody else that has done this besides Trae Young.
I just told you Magic Johnson did it. His coach. Michael Jordan did it.
I'm talking about.
I can list a whole bunch of NBA stars that did it, man.
Yeah,
LeBron did it. LeBron tried to get Spo fired, but Pat Riley's like, no, that's my dude.
Oh, okay. And see, you saw what happened.
That's a strong organization. Most NBA coaches, they get their coaches fired to start players. That goes from Magic Johnson all the way up, man. Like that's NBA culture.
And y'all, let me jump in real quick.
But let's don't get off. We sidetracked.
No, we good. No, we good. We good. We just done hit the 3-hour mark and it's about 2 a.m. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap everything up. But before we get out of here, if everybody would, think everybody got some shows coming up this week. So if y'all would please be so kind and go around the panel, because we still got a good bit of people watching, and make sure that you plug your channel, your broadcast, your social media, and let everybody know where they can find you, please.
At first, they need to hit the like button if they ain't hit it yet.
Please hit the like button.
It is real good content right here. Second of all, I appreciate you having me on, Tidy.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate chatting up with all y'all on the panel. Y'all know me, man. I talk too much. It's a Dixon way, man. Me and my wife do live commentary, all our favorite sports teams in Atlanta, man. You guys get sick of the regular announcements. John tune in when he on the road. You know what I'm saying? Tune in to us, you know what I'm saying, on several games. So, yeah. We do Hawks, Braves, Falcons, Bulldogs. Sometimes my wife get it. She want to do it. But, yeah, we just do live commentary, man. Talk about the game, interact with the people during the game, try to make it entertaining. You know, whoop de whoop. Appreciate you, man. And we're on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Rumble. All that stuff, man. So yeah, that's I guess my name, right? You see Larry at the Dixon Way. That's exactly how you put it. You'll find us, guys. So check us out. Appreciate you having me on, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you as always. Thanks for coming through.
Mm-hmm.
All right, John, let them know where they can find you at on YouTube, sir.
You can find me and my partner Winston Red as special guest star every doggone time. He just like Dr. Smith on Lost in Space. But at any rate, it's called the Eye Test, ladies and gentlemen, and appreciate you guys tuning in, looking in, seeing what we can tell you, and discussing A to Z. We start off with football, and we might be ain't no telling.
Talking about movies.
We've done that too. Done that too. Everything. And whoever's in the car. All right. I heard a horn blow. But
yeah,
just tune in.
And you guys can find me at the Coach's Corner. I will be doing my first show tomorrow. It is strictly Falcons defense. So come in with your boy. Hope to see all y'all there tomorrow. Bear with me because I'm new to this, and because of work, I travel a lot, so I'm always in some hotel or another. But we'll be going live tomorrow, again at the Coach's Corner, strictly Falcons defense. Come in. I'll be going over everything A to Z, a little bit of what I did today about defenses and schemes and players and all that good jazz. So, again, it's the Coach's Corner. And like Larry and Toddy said, like, comment, and subscribe on this, everybody. Let's run Toddy up to hit that, 5, 6, 7, 10,000, subscriber mark, people.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And once again, everybody that's watching it currently with us right now, we appreciate everybody in the chat. Everybody that's going to watch this on the replay, make sure to follow these great content creators, because you see deliver great content. That's going to be Coach Davis at the Coach's Corner. You're going to have John with his tag team partner Winston at the Eye Test, and also Larry with the Dixon Way. And I'm Tidy with AtlantaBirdGang. We'll be back tomorrow probably around 3:30 to do the player grades. I want to thank everybody who came up on the panel. Y'all know how we do. We'll see each other pretty soon. You gentlemen have a great night. Peace.
All right.
We out of here.
All
Later.
right.